My name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns. You're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. This is part of the Intercontinental Group of Awesome, my Sunday afternoon home group, except we're all online and have been since pre-pandemic. We predate the pandemic, friends, but that doesn't seem like an accomplishment. Called the Intercontinental Group of Awesome because we have folks who are here in the US and we have folks in Europe, and we get together and play games when we're awake, all at a generally same time and not working. This is the 7th session of Minimum Risk. Minimum Risk is a game from World Champ Game Company. Rage. Thank you.
Rage.
Risk?
We're taking a lot of risks.
Ferris wheel. Anyway, Minimum Rage, which is a game described as Mallrats meets Buffy the Vampire Slayer. It's set in the 90s at a mall. We've run another game that was also set around this mall. We're calling this kind of our pocket universe, the IGoA Malliverse. We also have even done a TV show that the characters would have watched. All of this is set in the 90s, the late 90s, and it's been a hoot, a bunch of fun. This is kind of the second of a two-parter, like a double issue, if it were comic book parlance, or a cliffhanger at one episode, or like a double episode of a TV show, dealing with a traveling fair, an amusement park that every year during the hot parts of summer here at Beechwood, California, where our game is set, it comes and they park everything down in the parking lot of the mall where everyone works, everyone except for one player character, and fun is had at merry-go-rounds and Ferris wheels and haunted houses and halls of mirrors and shooting galleries and all that crazy stuff and roller coasters. Fun stuff. Except maybe this year, not quite as fun for everyone. There is some kind of mystery that is afoot. So let's briefly talk about our safety tools. And then I'm going to have folks do some introductions. So it appears that I closed, there we go, my Minimum Rage character keeper is now up. Rage against. We have lines and veils. And these lines are in violet. These are things that we aren't interested in our current games, just not subject matter we want to deal with. Sexual assault, sexual violence, sexual coercion, pandemics, slavery, and harm to children. Although I did a little bit of an ask first to check in about a particular plot point, and everybody has been okay with that so far. We have veils, which are things that we're okay if this content exists, but we don't want to shine a light on it. We don't have to deal directly with it. It's a thing that we're like, yes, that happened. Let's move on. Those veils are sexual content. If characters are going to hook up, we fade to black. And then we have harm to animals. Now, there's a little caveat on the harm to animals, an additive called ask first, which means that while we're okay with veiling harm to animals, it might catch somebody wrong. So if you feel like you're about to introduce that topic, like this might be the point where so-and-so kicks the dog, check in with the table. Before we commit it, let's check with the table. That's what ask first means. And then on top of that, that meta layer of safety tool that we have is the X card, which anybody who needs to X card something, you just say, hey, Rich, I need to X card so-and-so. I will pause the game just to make sure that I understand what is being X carded if you weren't clear, or if I didn't get it. The second option is more often happens. Theirs is the first. And then we'll excise it from our play. That's why I think of like the X card. So those are our safety tools. Let's do a quick, brief introduction of all our characters, and then we'll drop right back in to where we were last time. I am going to start with character keeper. That way people can always dread when they go next. And I'm going to start from the right because Alex has returned. Welcome back, Alex. Say hey and tell us about your character.
I'm Chad Robbins. I'm the, sorry, I just was off that section. I'm heading back to it. I'm the kind of, well, the Chad part kind of clues you in on his kind of archetype, except he's not a dickhead. Um, there was some questioning looks. He is the Dreamboat personality, and his class is the regular. He's like the one who hangs around the mall because he doesn't work there, but he will be working at the end of the summer at his father's luxury autos, and he's not looking forward to that. He's very much expected to be doing that. And he uses him, same as me, and both him and me will have some catching up to do on what happened last session.
And we just decided to fold that in, just make it part of the canon that for whatever reason, Chad had to leave early from the amusement park, and then he didn't have work to catch up with everybody the next day. So we'll figure out what happened.
Maybe Echo, because it was Echo I was on the Ferris wheel with. Mm-hmm. Maybe she caught a glimpse of me kind of getting like dragged off by my brother.
Oh, nice.
And like, we're too far away to hear what we're saying, but there was like, probably arguing.
Nice.
Yeah, okay. And she was too far. And it was close to her parents, so she couldn't go and try to rescue you or anything.
Would you have braved such dangers?
Yeah, but the risk was that he would get dragged off and I would get dragged off, and that there is no win-win situation here. There was just lose-lose or lose-lose harder. So, well, this was, and then staying there but I didn't lose. I'm sorry.
All right, Jan, you're up. Introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
I'm Jan, he, him pronouns. I will be playing Rolf O'Neill. Also he, him pronouns. He is the superhero class, the beefy boy. And he's a stoner personality. And he likes to share some with his good friend Wolf. Finally fixed my skateboard and ready to break it again.
Right. Awesome. Jen, you're up. Please introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Oh, gotta find the button. All right. My name's Jen. I use she, her pronouns. I'm playing Brooke Slater, who also uses she, her pronouns. She's a zine creating artiste who works at Goodies Music, which means that, occasionally she gets first dibs on damaged copies of stuff. She's pretty good at telling how other people are feeling and sneaking around and making stuff.
That's right. We're now expanded to talents of, like, everybody has like 4 talents and some have 5. So very cool stuff. Thank you so much, Jen. And now Sabine, you're up.
Hi, I'm Sabine. I use any pronouns. I'm playing Echo Park, who uses she, her pronouns. Echo is a graphic novelist, a very serious one, mostly. And also she likes tech. She's very good with tech. She has a PDA. At home she has what I imagine is a state-of-the-art-ish computer. She is a punk. She doesn't like authority. And well, yeah. What else? She works at Spa, which is a pet, it's not a pet store, it's a pet spa, basically. She kind of sometimes likes her job, but rarely. It makes money, right? You need that. She has a little brother who has been impacted by the whole stuff that was going on with the Ferris wheel or merry-go-round or both, or it was probably just the merry-go-round, but last time we were very unclear which was which. Yeah, so you missed that, Alex. This is the Ferris wheel. No, I think it is the merry-go-round. Oh, wait. So yeah, that was fun, but we figured out what it was eventually.
I malapropped so many times, Alex, that it became infectious and someone else did it.
Yeah.
So-
I mean, I watched I managed to, in my trying to catch up, I managed to watch 10 minutes of the
And
session.
you watched
And
like
I heard that quite a bit in just that 10 minutes.
That's the best 10 minutes. Awesome. Tyler, you're up.
Hi there, I'm Tyler, he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Wolf Weiler, who is he works at the movie theater. He is the table topper, which means he actually can do some magic. He can transform himself. He is the storyteller for our vampire game that our crew all plays in. And he is kind of a talker and kind of styles himself, I guess, like as a leader type. He's a bit of a thinker, and a bit of a smartass.
You fit in well here. So at the end of last session, the group was all going to do some kind of recon, and then Brooke announced that she had a play date. And after being a bit squirrely about it, she finally fessed up that she was heading out with someone who was not part of this friend group, and denied that it was like, it's just, just wanted to see the beach, just wanted to swim. So we will pick up with the recon. I believe you guys were like, we had a couple half days. Everybody was done around 2-ish. It is bright outside. The amusement park is going. Losing My Religion is playing over the loudspeakers at the amusement park. REM's old 1991 joint, but they're still playing it. I will say that maybe Wolf, Echo, and Rolf, the three of you were headed out on this trek. You were trying to find some more information about the amusement park, if I remember correctly. We'll say that at that point, Chad, you catch up with them. Like, this will be you're now our exposition requester. You're our everyman, Chad, to find out what's happened. As you're starting to head in, and you see the three of them all coming out of the doors to the entrance to the mall. And so there we go. That's our opening scene. Take it away.
Yo, Chad.
Oh, normal people.
Hey, Chad. Where?
Yeah. Sorry I ditched you.
You missed all the excitement. Echo and Brooke got locked into the Skin Changers truck, and there was a lab, and then we Echo went and did science, and it was like science, and it was awesome. And it seems like kids are being sucked of life energy so old people can look young again. Capitalism.
Kyle? I'm really happy you don't tell the synopsises of our stories at Vampire this way, because that was totally confusing.
So somebody's doing science
Yeah, I'm
to
doing
make
science.
people young?
No.
I think they're doing alchemy to make people young.
Yeah, they're using the merry-go-round to extract the I don't know, the force maybe from some kids on the merry-go-round, and then they use it to make beauty cream for old ladies, basically.
Like Brooke's mom.
And they have like shape.
Screw you guys. My mom's not old.
And then we hear a honk from a cabriolet, and Muffy like waves through the little sunroof thing. It's a white cabriolet with like the thing where like the top is down. Yeah, it's a cabriolet. It's like a convertible. Yeah.
What's Muffy doing here?
Well,
Brooke's going to the beach with her.
Yep, they're like hang buddies now.
Yeah.
What? How? It was like, it's only been like a day, right?
It's a mystery to us too, honestly. But she wanted to go to the beach, and I mean, I don't know what Buffy's wanting. I'm sure she's going to put her claws into something.
Is Brooke here? with us just in this?
She
group?
was now. She reacted to
seemed
that.
like-
There you go. Now you're headed out to meet up with Muffy, Brooke. So there you go. You've inserted yourself in the scene with that reaction. Now you
Oh,
get
no.
the gigs from Chad.
Yeah. I mean, uh,
She came into the shop when I was working to pick up the 10 CDs she won at the
my
in the
condolences.
scavenger hunt, and we got started talking about music, and it was kind of nice.
Get it later, get it later.
Yeah, what? Uh,
Meh. Anyways,
Oh. Have a nice day, then.
yeah. Good luck, guys.
Drop us a line when you get free. We'll hook up, trade stories. I
Yeah.
can't wait to hear how the beach was.
Don't get eaten by a shark.
Don't get eaten by a shark.
We don't have sharks. It's gonna be fine.
And I just gestured to Muffy in the car.
That's what they want you to think.
Muffy's wearing
Okay,
like
well-
these plasticky glasses that are almost Ray-Bans, but then the the post or whatever this is called is like this bright yellow plastic, and she just waves again at Brooke and says, "Hey, Chad. Hey, everybody else, including Echo."
Hey, Muffy.
Hi, Muffy.
All right. See you later, guys.
Have fun.
Don't feed
Yeah.
her to a shark. I'm
No sharks.
saying to
Okay.
to Muffy. And when she's gone, I'm turning to the others and think maybe they are a cult and want to sacrifice Brooke to
Yeah, okay.
something.
Yeah, is this part of the stuff with the cream that happened yesterday? That's not
I
normal.
Also-
think it's sincere.
No.
She seems to like. I mean, there must be something that she's pleasant. You liked her.
I was held against my will.
Mm,
I mean, she tried even to be nice to me. I shut that down. But
gotta go with your strengths, Echo.
Nice.
Whatever, man. Like, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
Does it bum you out?
no, but I'm still just kind of processing it, and yeah,
It's weird.
They're not dating yet.
as far
What?
as we know.
Oh.
No, I'm
Okay.
thinking it's probably just some kind of plot on her part. Maybe she wants to get to you.
We should
Okay.
give Brooke the benefit of the doubt. She's smart. I'm sure she knows what she's doing. And we know Muffy. By the end of the day, Brooke's going to go, holy crap, I can't believe I spent all day with this bitch. And then she'll be back.
Fair.
I mean, I wouldn't have said it that way, but fingers crossed.
Well, it's good you're here, though, because we actually have a
Shapeshifters.
full-fledged skin changer, not just some two-faced chick.
Oh, is that?
Yeah.
Oh, we've got like not just like mad scientists. We've got a monster.
No. Like, yeah, it's shifted. Like, it was like 7.5 foot tall.
Demonic looking.
And like big teeth, and he's got hair, and his legs are all like weird, backwards.
Scarification symbols all over the skin.
Yeah, weird tattoo shit.
And then he walked into the light and poof, back into being a
Dude,
normal
just
person.
well, I mean, he was still a bit of a freakish Frankenstein tall
carny.
dude, but
Yeah, but he didn't look like a demon person anymore. And
No,
we
just
are not sure if that's about because it's a skin changer or because the lights can make demony people appear normal or vice versa. I don't
Should
know.
I get my baseball bat from the car?
This is recon.
Okay.
We
Make it look like anyone.
well,
I don't know yet.
Yeah,
It could be that it just has two shapes.
and he was taking out paint cans full of what Echo figured out was like youth essence.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
that's what they.
beauty cream stuff.
And we're trying now to figure out what the merry-go-round, what it is on the merry-go-round that extracts the energy from the kids that ride on it.
Because that's where we've tracked down that seems to be the source, how they're getting it.
And we want to disable it.
Yep.
Because, I mean, my brother was on the merry-go-round and he's really tired and feeling like shit. And I mean, he'll recover, but it won't be quick. So,
Okay. Well,
unless we can reverse the effect, which might be possible if I know the symbols and if we know the symbols and if we can do some weird science, alchemy shit, which I don't know much about, but I think Wolf has read some stuff about it and we might be able to figure it out.
So,
that sounds serious. Yeah.
so first thing is to go and let's get a look at the merry-go-round, see if we can figure something out.
Yeah.
And I'll kind of pat Chad on the shoulder. Buck up, buddy. It's going to be fun.
Half smile.
Cool. You guys head into the amusement park. It is very full. There are lots of people. There's lines at the concession stand, line at the ticket booth, big line at the roller coaster. As everyone's spinning by, even a line at the Ferris wheel and a longer line at the merry-go-round. And you see there a number of kids who are all lined up there. And sure enough, Wolf, you recognize that guy that you saw from last night, at least what he looks like in the light.
That's
Where
the
did you go?
guy.
Okay, everyone act cool.
Yeah, rather acting casual. Yeah.
And I'm imagining, oh shoot, what was was it Sling Blade? Is that the movie that I think, yeah, that's the movie I'm thinking of.
Billy Bob
1996 film. Yeah, Billy Bob Thornton from Sling Blade's a little bit what he looks like. So he's in his mortal gaze here. He's got this. This is a great pic. Hold on, I've got to. Oh, that's kind of tiny though. Let me find a big one.
Okay,
I
yeah.
got one. There we go. I will share. This is what your Sasquatchy guy looks like in his mortal guise. You're sure, kind of, I don't know, late 40s, 50s. Doesn't look super smart. Butts his shirt up a little too high. He's still wearing the vest that indicates that they are employees of the amusement park.
And he is the attendant for the merry-go-round.
He is indeed the attendant for the merry-go-round.
Huh. And I mean, I'm guessing we're seeing this across a ways. It's not like we're right up on him, right?
Sure, I would imagine that
Yeah,
you guys
there's
would
plenty
not
of
be that
noise.
crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, theoretically, he's just in this himself, but that seems awfully unlikely.
No, man.
I think all of the attendants are
Maybe there's a mastermind or
the
something.
backwards leg things.
Maybe. I'll tell you, it's a very elaborate plan to
We could
be
try
in
to
the
take out the. We could try to take out the lights.
but it's daylight right now.
Oh damn! Yeah, but if there are the lights on, though, because we figured there might have been something in the lights that made them look like people.
That is a real cool question. So, yeah, so you do notice that while it is 2 p.m. and in the 90s, which is something like 45 Celsius, I think, I'm pretty sure, like 45 Celsius, right? Yeah, let's do the math.
We're dead?
No, you're not. 100 degrees Celsius is dead.
No,
Anyways,
but
Just our shoes are on fire.
42 is a lot, though.
No.
Well, how many
No.
degrees Fahrenheit was that? What were you saying?
Hold on, I will tell you how many Celsius it is. 32.
32 is some more reasonable. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
warm.
Yeah, 45 Celsius would have been 113 Fahrenheit.
I mean
Yeah.
okay, I'm sorry, but like I'm
So
from
survival.
Jackson. I've
Oh, is that
lived
actually
in
a
Florida.
realistic?
That's
Okay,
not
fair enough.
impossible.
No, it's not.
No,
It's
well,
a-
I mean, we've had this here,
But
so
would we be outside?
No, everyone will be lying on the ground.
Yes.
No,
people
it's
will
real
be
hot.
people will be
Yeah.
outside here in
Vultures
the
would be
city
picking at us.
center, no matter what the temperature is. First ray of sunlight in the spring, people are on the ground in the city center, and at 42, they'll still be there. They put their feet into the fountains, and that's that. So
Even though it's 32 degrees Celsius on this warm summer day,
Mhm.
you notice that the lights that were on last night that are, came with the amusement parks, the kind of stuff they were shine out of, they're on.
if
Don't
they're
need to be on.
they don't need to be. I mean,
Eh,
let's turn them
That's-
off.
well, okay. Let's think a minute. If we turn them off, and everyone suddenly turns into demons, what do you think the immediate reaction will then be?
Mass panic.
Murder.
Yes, for sure. Possibly yes as well.
Stampede.
Yes.
Yes.
Maybe not a great idea, but
Oh,
I'm not saying completely a bad idea. Just
We-
worth considering.
Yeah,
Do they
we should figure
go
out.
somewhere together where we could,
Probably
do it all
not.
at once, away
not-
from people?
Not while the amusement park is still open, I don't think.
And that gives them another night of the merry-go-round.
Possibly
Yeah.
Dave. They're probably extracting now.
I mean, we can try to jam the merry-go-round.
Yes.
And that's when the four of you hear, "Hey kids," and it's from behind you. It's a woman. And if this were a show that was shot in the 90s, the stunt casting would be Elvira. And she puts an arm around you, Wolf, and an arm around you, Echo, and says, "Did you guys know that we offer a special discount for mall employees? I hope you didn't pay full price for your tickets."
We did.
Oh, well, I'll talk to Tommy and get you guys just a little bit of a refund on that. So how do you like the fun park?
It's awesome.
And I
Pretty
think
good.
Wolf is pretty
Pretty
well
cool.
captured by her cleavage at the moment and has to rip
Yeah.
himself back up to look.
Yeah, while
into
she is
her
wearing the
eyes.
little red vest, yeah, she has a plunging neckline. She really does not fit in the workaday of the other folk at this fun park.
I think if no one else was giving Wolf like a little kick in the shin, I think Shad would kind of give like a little eyes up nod.
Well, ma'am, we don't. You don't have to go to all that trouble.
It's no trouble at all. Now, does Wolf wear does Wolf's name tag like visible? Do you imagine on his little AMC get up?
I have to feel like Wolf's somebody who rips off the AMC as soon as he gets off work. He's not walking around in that. So if she catches his name, then that's perfectly cool and creepy.
It's no problem at all, Wolf. No problem. I'll talk to Tommy.
Thank you.
Hey, maybe you could get us some free rides instead of a compensation. That would be awesome.
I like the way you think, Echo. You kids are sharp. It's no wonder that you guys are some of the best employees at the mall, I hear.
Wait,
Why
who
don't
said
you all
that?
go on the roller coaster?
Who said that?
Oh,
I
well,
mean-
Sylvia Brown at Spa?
She said I was one of the best employees at the
She
mall.
said that you were her best employee.
I'm your only employee.
Suddenly, the most suspicious thing she could have said.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, who are you exactly? Sorry, I didn't
go
catch
by-
your name.
I go by Tanya. I help keep things moving here at the park.
Hi, Tanya.
Yeah, I can see that.
Rolf. Rolf. Hmm.
Hello.
Well, what are you all interested in? Roller coaster, Ferris wheel, or do you want to brave the haunted mansion?
I want to do a haunted mansion.
Chad, I don't know if you feel insulted, but like she hasn't talked to you or referred to you by name or anything yet. Just making that clear.
I think the he's kind of happy not to be kind of in the full glare of the older lady, the older woman, not in the old woman, but you know, the graduate style old woman.
Nice descriptor.
Yeah.
Cool. So, what is it? Do you guys want to split up?
No,
I think we
no.
guys we want to be together, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I would like to go on a merry-go-round. I haven't done that in years.
Oh, do you? Well, that is fascinating. I thought that was a little kiddie ride, but if you want to take the merry-go-round, Echo, I'll get you cuts in line.
I love the merry-go-round. I give her a big fake smile. Imagine Echo is not a very good actor.
And she will walk right over and she walks right past Sasquatch human guy, and he just and he goes and he like opens up the little velvet rope, and their kids just start like, what? Wait, no cuts. And she says, children, I'm sorry, these are special VIP. They work at the mall. And she goes up, and sure enough, the merry-go-round is slowly coming to an end, and none of the kids look like they were getting off. but the worker, he piles up and he tells the kid, get off. And he says it almost like a parrot says words. And he gestures for all the kids, and he like lifts one kid off of a unicorn, and they all get off of the merry-go-round. And Tanya says, you guys get first choice. Remember, the steed that you choose says a little bit about you.
Yeah, I want the unicorn.
Nice.
I get dizzy, so maybe I'll just wait by the sides.
I thought you were so into skateboarding and had great balance, and I'm a
Yeah,
little
but
disappointed, Rolf.
it's the circles.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Echo's getting on with the unicorn. What about Wolf?
I have to think there's a nightmare on there. I'll be hopping.
Of course
that.
there is. A nightmare that just looks like it needs to be ridden by Venger himself. What about you, Chad? She's actually, because you guys said you were going together as a group, she seems to be giving you cuts in line as well.
Is Echo or Wolf kind of making any kind of looks like don't leave us alone on this, or?
I would have definitely given you looks during all of this of this is weird bad. Like when she was moving us over there, she is one of the carnies, and we had been talking about that.
Yeah, but I mean, let's go and see if we can jam it, and see if we can find out
Actually, I
something.
think I would be like, I'll just hang out with Rolf for a minute.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah,
then-
keep Rolf company. It's cool.
Oh, well, I'll just keep you two boys company. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
Cool.
Go ahead.
That's
Go ahead.
cool.
And then they open up the line, and all the kids start flooding on after Wolf and Echo have taken hold of your. You see, there's a brass ring hanging up right by you, Wolf. If you could just reach out and grab it. And meanwhile, Tanya has an arm around each of you, Rolf and Chad. It is entrancing.
Blushing. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some blushing. And then the music starts up and the merry-go-round starts to go around, and we cut away to Brooke as we hear What is Love by Hathaway playing on the cabriolet speakers as you guys are like cruising along, and there's of course lots of wind noise, but miraculously we can hear the music, so it's obviously a TV show.
Oh yeah. It's semi-diegetic, I think we'll call it at this point.
Nice. Favorite word use of the word diegetic in a long time.
So yeah, I'm buckled in. I'm admiring the interior of the car.
Oh yeah, it's there's like, I imagine that she's got like the cover on her seat, and it's just like pink fur, but the cabriolet itself is white. There's all kinds of like pink accents, and she's got like a pink fuzzy steering wheel cover. And oh, you know what? It would be hilarious because I think this was the 90s. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but like, do you guys remember the sassy bunny things? Like the bunny that was drawn as a cartoon and incredibly adorable, but always said these hateful, surly things. I don't know if that ever made it to Europe. It wasn't great, but my wife thought they were hilarious. So no, that's fine.
Kind of like the P and Calvin thing, and that was always those little window.
A little bit like that.
Things,
kind
or-
of like, I imagine it's like original state tea turtle stuff, except it was always this bunny. It was like, I will cut you, and just, it doesn't matter.
I think I've seen it. I'm just trying to
Like
remember.
the happy bunny or something. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Guys, one of those stickers on the glove compartment, and because it's, I don't know, it's cute or whatever. And she says, "Hey, did I get you in trouble with your friends or something? I know Chad and I have history. Sorry about that. I was just
I think that Chad's still at the what's happening phase. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm in trouble, but I'll deal with it. They're all cool, so.
cool. So we're almost there. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
I'm glad everything's awesome. And so then she, slows down as she pulls off the little highway, and you guys start heading. You can hear the beach now, and you can see it between houses as she turns corners, right? You can see those little snatches of the beach at that point where you don't see grass and backyards. You just see the blue off in the distance.
Yeah, you can smell a bit of the salt air from the parking lot, but from here it's like real strong.
Oh yeah. And then it's one of those where she goes through a gate, right? She has like a little, it's the 90s, right? So she doesn't have a pass card. She just kind of taps in a few numbers. Turns out it's 90210 for anyone who pays attention. Gates open up, and then she pulls along a cobblestone road that has those like little cul-de-sac type things around a water fountain, and there's just this huge house. It's big.
I'm gawking.
It's stupid expensive, and she pulls in and turns and leaves the keys in the ignition, and you see that like the gate is closing, and she hops out.
And I'm just like, don't you want to grab your key? And like, I think about it, I'm like, gate, long driveway, cameras.
Yeah, there's like a little camera, and she heads up and opens the front door, not locked. So come on.
Oh, okay. Hold on, I got my bag. I trot out away from the car and up the walkway.
and her voice echoes because the front like little foyer type thing is just spacious, and it's built like it's almost a through and through. While it's really big, there's just windows all along what would be the back wall. It's like a main lobby, and then this open area which will probably be for entertaining, but all you can see is the ocean, so it's almost blinding as you walk in. And she just kind of puts her sunglasses back on. She says, Mom will never get curtains, and she totally should. At least, during the summer you can't even see, and like no one even hangs out in this room. It's just this big room.
Just this big sunlight catcher.
Right?
I mean, it's amazing.
Oh.
And it looks so powerful. But I can't imagine having like breakfast at that table over there.
Oh God, no.
Like,
that's, yeah.
My cornflakes would be glowing. I'd need to
Right?
put some of that like black strip stuff and then like face down into the reflective power of my flakes.
She laughs and then kind of prances over towards the windows and says, the pool's like right down here.
Oh,
And
you have beach access and a pool? And I'll like follow and look down. I've still got my bag slung over my shoulder. And
she's, yeah, well, I mean, we needed for like parties and stuff. Not everybody wants to go to the beach, and it's cooler. Sometimes the beach water can be a little warm, and you see that it's like one of those kidney bean shaped type pools, and there is a diving board, but it's one of those like low. It's not a Olympic or anything crazy like that. You see there's a little like shower, and there's
the Olympics.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a little shower and then steps that lead down, and you can go straight to the beach from here. So it's one of those like you can transition by going through the pool area to go out to the beach. And it's fenced in, like there's nice privacy fence and nobody can see you in the pool itself. But once you go out to the beach, you can see there are no fences for the beach. It's an open private beach, if that makes sense. And you see that there are some people out on the beach, and you can see a few people surfing, and she's like, oh hey, look, there's Chris is out there. That's cool.
Is Chris the surfer or is Chris the sunbather?
Oh, both.
Oh, okay.
That's KRIS, that's CHRIS, out on the surf.
Okay. Hopefully they don't make me say that, right?
Right. No, there's no quiz. It's cool.
Okay, good. Okay.
That's cool. So music, beach, what do you want to do first?
I mean, is your stereo portable? Because we get that, and a towel, and we should go right to the beach. We can do both at the same time.
Win-win. Cool.
Right.
I'm going to go up and change.
Okay, cool. Where's your bathroom?
Oh, yeah, the guest bathroom's just right down the hallway to the right.
Okay,
not the
cool.
left hallway, the right hallway.
Right.
If you hit the room with a pool table in it, just go back one and it's on the left.
Okay.
I'll just lead you. Come. And she reaches out and she kind of grabs your hand and then leads you down the hallway and opens the door. And sure enough, you see there's one doorway open and there's a pool table, and she's there. There you go.
Okay, cool. See you in a minute. Meet you in the room of blinding light.
We call it the sunroom, but yes.
That works too.
And she prances off. She has this like skip walk thing that she's doing. And then she heads up the stairs. You hear thundering upstairs. And sure enough, you're in this super like gold faucet, definitely showing off wealth to guests who come here and just use this one bathroom kind of deal.
There are like 2 or 3 sets of hand towels and like
all embroidered and stuff. It's
oh yeah,
stupid. It's like family crests and all that.
I literally make that face. I don't appreciate this, but I get changed just the same.
Nice. Awesome. You get changed, and then we will cut away in just a moment. But first, she comes downstairs as you are. Like, what is Brooke wearing? Like a one piece bikini? Like this is '90s, so I'm
oh my
really
goodness.
curious.
All right. Just wondering, are you guys hearing all of the thrumming of train?
I hear a little bit of, but it's nothing.
Cool. All right,
It's
good.
Pretty background.
Zoom is doing its good job of some noise cancellation and management. That's good. So Brooke is wearing a two-piece. She has this pretty simple bikini with like vertical stripes
Nice.
going on. And she has this sort of neon blue mesh shirt thing over it.
Nice. That is great. Good. And then coming down the stairs with her hair kind of pulled up into a little bit of like a top knotty kind of deal, and still wearing those sunglasses with the yellow posties. This is what Muffy is wearing. It's the most '90s swimsuit I can find.
Wow.
Look how '90s that is, guys. She even has the
Wow.
bracelets. So there you go. That is Muffy's attire for heading out to the beach, and she's carrying one of those big, like two gigantic mesh speaker, cassette tape and CD player, big
Yep.
boombox type deals, like stupid big, like break into electric boogaloo big, like heavy, because it's got all D batteries in it. Like this is a thing
Yep.
that you could work out with. kind of
Right.
deal.
Right. I mean, it's got 8 D batteries in it because otherwise it's not going to last for your whole workout.
Dope. She's kind of holding it two-handed when she comes down the stairs, and you guys meet in the sunroom, and she opens up one of the doors. You guys head down a couple stairs, and you're right by the pool, and she's like, beach, right? Totally beach. And she goes over to there's a little cabinet and opens up, and there are a couple of towels, and she grabs a couple of large beach towels out of that and hands you one.
Cool. That is a really cute swimsuit.
Oh, thank you. I just got it.
Yeah.
Like today, actually.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
Oh.
I feel dumb for not bringing sunglasses.
Oh, well, I have like 30. Just
Oh,
here.
forget
And
it.
she
Well,
grabs her sunglasses. She like shoves them in your hand and then takes
Well-
off. Skip running back up the stairs and back inside.
wait, but I just sigh. I put them on and task myself with getting set up on the beach. I'll lay out a towel and get the boombox down, and then go through and see what I want to play. I think I pop in the Missy Elliott album I just got.
Oh wow. This is like early Missy Elliott. Nice. Oh my goodness. Oh, people who are watching this, you do not get the joy of knowing that Missy Elliott and Debrat "Sock It To Me" is what has been chosen here. That song was
Yep.
crazy. This is back when the
Oh yeah.
Missy Elliott wearing crazy costumes in music videos, because music videos were still a thing.
And boy, the Sock It To Me video is just so fun. Honestly. Like Missy and her backup running around in this like totally Mega Man-y costume, and then I assumed it's Debrat who comes in later in the song, kind of looking like a cross between a Super Saiyan and like the only boy in Rainbow Bright, whose name I can't remember because it certainly doesn't matter.
Yeah, it is very meaningless.
Oh, it's so fun.
It is a good song.
But
yeah.
yeah, and I lay out a couple of other musical selections to pick from, and then I take out my very big bottle of like no ad sunscreen.
There's oh shoot, what was it? It was a honest trailer for the Friends TV show where there's a good 30 seconds of them highlighting certain like fake brands from the Friends TV show that you never notice because it's that J&D, that just noticeable difference kind of deal. Hilarious. Very funny.
Oh, good.
Cool. So before we cut away, Muffy comes out. She's carrying a pair of she's wearing a pair of sunglasses because she shoved hers in your hands, and she has like a little cooler, and she goes and opens it up, and it's like a couple of Bartles and James coolers in the cooler in the cooler. And she like hands one to you, and then starts laying out on the beach towel and listening to Missy Elliott, like bobbing her head.
Yep, and I'm like greasing up my legs, and I look over and I'm like, could you get my back?
Oh yeah.
Nice, thank you. And I'll lay down and just let it happen.
Yeah, nice. So we'll cut away from that to Echo and Wolf. The two of you are riding on the merry-go-round, music playing. It's this like sing-songy music that's like no words. It's entrancing though. And I need each of you to take a stress right now.
Alrighty.
Yeah, so go ahead and just take a stress. If you want to move to a condition, you can. Otherwise, you're eating that stress. And Echo, I put you to 3. That's not great if you take that stress. Are you going to take a condition, Echo?
How do you recover stress anyway? You don't.
You can recover stress primarily through spending time with friends. So stress measure how much you can erase mark stress by taking conditions. If you're playing an ongoing campaign, stress and conditions can be healed. So it's, the game says it resets to 0, but we've occasionally had those carry over.
Yeah, because I've had these 2 for a long time. Well, whatever.
You have. I mean,
maybe I should.
Maybe we should cure that after this if you survive. If you die,
yeah,
you're just making a character.
I think I'm good. I'm good. I'm wondering if I can that's my PDA. It has a recording function. Remember that. So I will record this.
Sure. Absolutely has a recording function. It's a PDA in our Imagine TV show. It has that power.
I think it might have that anyway. I'm not sure. But it could play music, so I think it had a recording function.
I remember doing like audio notes for a little bit, thinking that it would be a good idea, and then I never went back to listen to them. So it evidently wasn't that good of an idea.
Yeah, I mean the quality would be really terrible, but you can record it.
Nice, cool. So yeah, you guys.
I am keeping my eyes really peeled. I'm trying to concentrate on watching the kids, keeping an eye on like all the symbols that are on this thing, seeing if anything is going on as it turns.
Give me a brainy roll.
Can I use my deduction?
You can. You're trying to deduce something for sure. So that means you're looking for 5s or 6s. And you're rolling 5 dice.
2 5s, no 1s.
Oh, wow. That's pretty wonderful. Let's see. I have so many links at the bottom. I'm like, which one is the die roller? There it is. 2 5s, no 1s. So because they're 5s, it's an extraordinary success per our agreement about what constitutes that. However, it is a definite success with no setbacks or no worsenings of the situation. So you watch as the merry-go-round goes around. You can see people, you see the same person every few minutes, and everything starts to kind of streak a little bit from motion blur, even though you don't, everyone who's watching don't see you going that fast. Time seems to dilate a little bit for you. But you're watching closely, and you see is the mane on the kind of cotton candy pink horse to the side of your nightmare. It's like the yin to your yang. The mane just seems to bristle a little bit, and all the kids are like, their faces are caught in these expressions of joy as everything slows down for them. But you see also that there's just this odd yellowish nimbus around, starts from the poles themselves that each of the horses are on, but you can see it drawing something from each child. Just a hint, just a taste, right? Just, you know, a few percentages of their whole, but it seems to come down towards the floor of, you know, the little area that you would walk around on the merry-go-round, and everything starts to seep towards the core, the middle, that fulcrum of the merry-go-round itself. And the music, you hear it gets slower and slower with that time dilation. And just, you're noticing that. Wolf, I'm curious, Echo, what are you doing?
I am looking at the mechanics of that thing because I still want to jam it or something. But that to do that, I would have to understand where I mean, it's powered obviously by some kind of motor or something, and I want to know if I might get a look at something that would connect there.
Okay, cool. Give me a roll as well. Definitely brainy. Are there any talents you're bringing to bear?
I mean, I could bring, if you allow me, tech. If not, then I use awareness.
Tech feels okay. Oh, you mentioned taking alchemy. So did you decide to go ahead and do that?
I did not because I didn't have the XP before.
Okay, so you're
I
planning
want
for
it.
it.
I'm planning. It's
All
zero at this moment.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Rolling. I'm rolling here. What's our suck pool? Oh, it's just one. Okay, I'm leaving
You guys
that.
haven't sucked too much lately.
Yeah, I have 7 dice, so I might add to that. That's a lot of dice.
It is.
Yeah, look at this. It's a 5. There is a 5, but 2 1s.
All right, add 1 to the suck pool.
See?
You are paying very close attention, Echo, to try to figure out how best to disable this device, to understand it. And you see the mechanism, but you also peek. Right, there's this kind of structure, the core of itself. Right, there are all these gears, right, that go out, and because it's made to be put together and taken apart, the floor itself is just a series of interlocking plates that go out in a circular fashion, and they build and erect everything together. So you can actually, if you pay enough attention, you can see the underworkings, the underpinnings, and the gears, and you peer and you see, sure enough, that there is something at the very base of the machine, like where the stand of it, right, the place where the legs come out and give it the stability so that it doesn't teeter-totter over from the motion. You can see that there is a very small device kind of wedged in there that doesn't fit. And no one would notice it unless they were specifically looking for something odd, which you just happen to be as you're trying to find a way to disable it. This is the thing that you see. It's upright. The picture's to the side. It is upright. But this is the little thing that you see with these weird little kind of Celtic odd bits, and it has this little thing that's rotating slowly down. You see this yellow nimbus is coming to circling, it's drawing in that energy.
Cool. Huh. Okay. Cool.
And then the merry-go-round comes to a stop. It's sudden, right? Because of this time dilation. You don't know how long you've been here, but it feels like you've been here for a while. You're not, your neck muscles are a little tense. It's like kind of thing you've been doing something but holding in place for a long period of time. And that's when you hear that, like a parrot, a very gruff parrot, get off, get off, get off. And that guy that we saw before is headed towards you, Echo, and he reaches up and he grabs your shoulder and pulls you roughly off of the unicorn. As a bunch of kids are all getting off. What do you do?
Damn. That's not good. If he has me, then I can't get to this, whatever it is. So, well, okay, I'm going because right now I can't find this guy.
Okay.
I
right.
wonder if I have no option. I have no option of telling Wolf to grab it. No, right now.
I mean, you could say what you want, but this Tommy, this worker is right there in your face. So
yeah, I don't know if he's seen it. If Wolf, I would look over to Wolf to see if he's seen it.
I would like just kind of to ask before we reached a stop. I would have tried to look back towards Echo. Do I notice if that glow was happening to her that was happening to the kids?
Yes.
So it was
and
draining.
You also saw it happening to you as well.
So it did happen to me as well. Okay, so it's not an age thing, or at least we're still in the age group. Okay.
Well, better not to put seniors on this thing.
That said, it will, because you're paying specific attention to that, it felt as if less was taken from you. It appeared that less, the nimbus is very thin. It was like a thin membrane around.
Was there by chance like an adult with a small kid? You know how parents will have their small kid and they'll stand by?
Yeah, totally. Didn't even touch the adult.
Gotcha. Cool. Okay.
Yeah, adult in like an Izod kind of shirt, you know, just all.
Ride the horsey, sweetie.
Yep, totally that. And he didn't seem like, he just froze. While other kids were like frozen in molasses and moving slowly, he was just like, this was nothing to him. Just not ignominious. No big deal. Merry-go-round, whatever. Scary thing draining the lives? What are you talking about? I rode the merry-go-round. I'm fine.
It was delightful.
It's awesome. Okay.
Cool.
Delightful. Nice. I love that phrase. Sweet. So you see Echo being guided off by the merry-go-round attendant, and we slide out to Chad and Rolf. And yeah, you just saw Echo and Wolf and a bunch of kids and a few adults with the small kids all go on the merry-go-round. And Tanya's there with the two of you. Nestled, like she's got your shoulders kind of nestled up, and again she's obviously using her feminine wiles and her body to distract and perhaps, you know, get you on her side, right?
Like I'm trying to like, how long do we know? Were we able to tell how long they were on the merry-go-round?
One go round, like one song,
like
3 minutes.
One song, yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to pay attention to what's going on the merry-go-round a bit, but yeah.
She's a heck of a distraction, friends. That's honed it to an art.
Yeah.
So she makes a little like, Chad, I think I've seen you around before, haven't I?
I mean, maybe, yeah.
No, but not at the fun park. Where I feel like I've seen you at the mall, but I've never seen you working at the mall. You are a model for the car, the auto dealership. I remember. You look so handsome in that picture. Very handsome.
Thank you,
man. You are. Do you get a lot of modeling work?
That's a one-time thing.
She like releases Rolf's, kind of scrunches your hair. Oh, you've got the chops for it.
Thank you.
Awesome. And then the song starts to come to the end, and the guy, get off, get off, get off. And he comes up and he grabs Echo's shoulder.
Well, thank you for the free rides. And I'm trying to like separate from her.
You didn't take your free ride, though. You know, if you want to take the roller coaster instead, you and Rolf should, guys.
Maybe the haunted house or something instead.
A haunted house? What a great choice! As she like slides her arms back around to start guiding you guys towards the haunted house.
Would it? Yeah.
Okay, that.
Yeah. There's a kind of a gesture towards the Echo.
Yeah, Wolf.
I think Rolf at least looks over his shoulder still to see like where Echo and Wolf are, and it's like and gone.
Nice. Wolf, you see Rolf and Chad being guided away towards the haunted house, and Echo, you're able to catch up. So Echo and Wolf, once you guys are off the merry-go-round, you both look at each other and you can tell like something happened. But Rolf and Chad are being dragged away. So Wolf, what do you do?
So they're being dragged off?
I mean, they're being guided away and aren't fighting too hard. Like they.
Okay.
I'm thinking they're.
Yeah, I'm rushing over toward. Well, I'm making sure Echo has gotten off and out of the grasp of that guy.
Sure. He doesn't. Other than roughly getting her attention and making sure she gets off the merry-go-round, he doesn't harm her.
All right. Then I'm
heading witnesses.
Right. I'm quickly heading over to. Hey, Chad, Rolf, where are you going, guys?
They wanted to go to the haunted house.
Yeah. We also need to get a free ride.
It seems
only fair, but you shouldn't like leave us. We'll come along with you.
Just
okay.
Yeah, we should keep up.
Yeah. And I'll kind of fall back behind with Echo, but keep right up with them so that Echo and I can have a quiet follow them chat, maybe.
You're just looking at the backsides.
Why not?
Echo, did you see it draining folks?
Yeah, a little. What I saw was that there was a thing that is at the base of the merry-go-round, like some sort of, I don't know, religious thing or something.
It was sucking energy through the poles and dropping it down through the bottom. Only went after young folks. It got me and you, just not as much as like the kids. Adults, nothing.
Yeah, I feel a bit weird.
Yeah.
That might be that ass. What?
Which
no,
one?
Did I say that? Oh, come on. There's only one of them that's worth looking at, isn't there?
You shouldn't stare at Chad like that.
I'm not staring at Chad, my friend.
Oh, me either.
It's totally fine. Stare at Chad as long as you want.
Okay. I have to think that if they go in this haunted house, it's not going to be good.
No,
Do we go
Tanya.
with?
Uh-huh.
Yeah?
Yeah, better see what that Tanya thing is trying to achieve here.
We could try to break them out of it and get the hell out of here.
I'm not so sure if the whatever hold she has over them is somehow unnatural. Might be just, you know.
Okay, all right. We stick with them. We ride the ride with them?
Yeah.
All
And
right.
if anything attacks us, then we'll behave as normal teenagers do and scream. Not attack it. But
Well,
you know what? You know what will happen if some fakey ghost jumps out at Rolf in there?
He'll hit it with the skateboard.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Let's go.
Tanya guides Chad and Rolf up to the front, and Frankenstein, you guys remember from last session's guy dressed very surprisingly like Frankenstein, stands about 6.5 feet tall and is very broad shouldered, has the like bolts in the side of his neck, greenish skin. And you're hearing from the haunted house a few actual like legitimate people screaming sounds, as well as the underground of the song Spooky Scary Skeletons playing. And it's not a ride, it's a walkthrough kind of haunted house where you go room to room and people, lots of jump scares. And there's the thing, you must be tall, must be this tall. And it's like the person that's holding like the, it's a wooden cutout painted to look like a caricature of like a little, those fuzzy haired trolls, like they've done a, not, we wouldn't get sued by the people that make trolls troll with this roly-poly belly and the huge amount of hair that kind of swooshes over like some kind of pompadour type deal, and it's holding this little hand up. You must be this tall to be terrified. And there's a whole like pregnant women, people with heart conditions, all these other things that are listed on a board. And Frankenstein gestures for the four of you to come in, and Tanya guides you guys into the haunted house. And at the moment that you step into the murky gloom, all of a sudden we see this bright sunlight as we cut scenes. I've cleverly done that. It's great. This TV show's got high budget, guys. There's a bunch of people who are eventually going to do like legit work, but this is the schlock show that we've made. They make their bones. It's like a Roger Corman film,
They're experimenting while the stakes are low.
Exactly. And I think as we go to the sun thing, let's go ahead and let's let that cut be like we see as Muffy is like squirting some just noticeable difference sunblock into her hand. But we'll go to commercial break before we go any further with that. So it's 16 after. Take like 7-10ish break. So like 25 after, thereabouts. We'll see you guys when you get back.
All right.
Cool.
Doggy.
So what kind of games you been playing lately, Jan?
Like roleplay games or?
Yeah, well, whatever. Whatever games you want to talk about. Board games, video games, role-playing games, LARPs.
Well, I mean, mostly doing a lot of online stuff, of course. But yeah, did a bunch of games on Board Game Arena. Because
What are some of your favorite, like top 2 or 3 on Board Game Arena that you like to play?
at the
I'm curious.
moment, I'm playing a lot of Innovation and Lost Cities.
I have not heard of either of those. I'm very board game ignorant, so that is not a surprise that I haven't heard.
I didn't know Lost Cities before either, but it's sort of nice and casual.
It's cool.
Yeah. Lost Cities, plural?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Then I think, yeah, I know that game. Innovation, I don't think I know.
Innovation I also
Shame.
have the physical copy of, so I knew that one.
Terraforming Mars is super interesting. They've just gotten a phone app for it that is really nice.
Very cool.
By the way, how much does of that get picked up?
That's the first time I've heard Boodle, was that right
Okay.
there.
It's been happening a fair bit.
She's playing Last of Us 2, right?
Yeah.
That's great. It's my son and I were talking about how many great games we've missed out on by having an Xbox One instead of a PS4, and that is definitely one of those ones where my son's very sad. Xbox, all they do is like multiplayer stuff. It's all Halo all the time. They have good games on PlayStation. Well,
How old is your son at the moment?
14. He turns 15 this year.
Yeah, I mean, I find Last of Us Part 2 harrowing. So
I watched for 13 hours. I watched the first Last of Us and the DLC played by someone with no commentary. And so I felt like I kind of experienced the story, and it was harrowing just to watch, not actually pushing the button.
this
pulling the
one
trigger.
is a step up in the harrowing stakes.
I just know
Nice.
a lot of people are upset about the ending.
There's a lot of people seem to be upset about loads of things about it, and I don't want to find out why because of spoilers. So I'm like genuinely curious about what it is that people have problems with.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
I mean, I know some of the the worst people's kind of
I
problems.
know
with it.
that they're getting death threats for like, oh my god, you have to die because of what you did to this character. Like,
And, like, there's a woman with muscles. The horror.
Right. And also I love that apparently the Chud discourse has been woman with muscles, but what about the protein? It's like you never ask that when there are muscled dudes. They need it too.
And
Like
he literally is
even
part
Mad
of the
Max Fury
military.
Road had that problem solved.
She's
but
she's part of like a functioning military in the apocalypse. It's like there's literally a scene where you walk by a gym full of buff people doing stuff. It's like, well,
Seems
maybe
like a pretty good
she went in
reason.
there and did stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Also, don't you like kill deer in the first game? There's animals. You kill them for meat. Protein.
A lot more wildlife.
Oh, listen.
You less
listen.
people.
We man children need to be coddled. Okay, we've got buying power. We're going to use it to the detriment of all stories, as long as it continues.
Finally, a time for white men.
Exactly. I mean, we've had
Oh,
it hard
man.
for too long. When will there be a
Should
story
just make White
featuring a
Man
white
Month December so that it's there, but
man?
also it's Christmas, so everyone else who doesn't care can ignore it.
Yeah. It's in November. It's the National Men's Days. I think it's November something. Is it November 17th?
Is there really a National Men's Day? How
There is,
sad.
because there's a comedian in England who I think he's decided to stop now, but he spent the last 5 years. he would just, when it became International Women's Day, he would spend the whole day on Twitter just replying to people going, and when, oh, I don't know if he does it on Women's Day or if it's, I think he might do it on International Women's Day. He just spends it just answering people well, when's it going to be International Men's Day? And then he just answers them. And he does it for like, he's like sponsored, he gets his sponsorship for it. So he's earned like, I think it was like 20 grand last year. And he does that. I think I'm not sure if he's going to do it this next year because he said it is fucking exhausting.
In fairness, there's
the people he's interacting with. It's like,
my favorite holiday, but the one that brings me the most, like, oh yeah, it's this day, is July 1st, which is known as Bobby Bonilla Day. There's a baseball player from the 90s who was very good. And in 2000, the Mets, he was playing for the Mets at the time, they made an agreement to defer his contract. It is deferred until he turns 72. Every year on July 1st, he hasn't played since like 2000-ish. Every year on July 1st, he gets part of that payment. It's like $1.9 million.
My favorite holiday is September 19th.
I don't know.
International Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Well, the 23rd of April is the day of the beer, so I like that.
We have a whole month beer with Oktoberfest. We have a day of the beer as well. That's nice.
No, first of all, what they serve and Oktoberfest is kind of mask compatible beer. It's incredibly expensive. It's also in September, and nobody goes there to drink for the taste of the beer. They go there to go on rides and to get drunk and other stuff that you do when you're drunk. I mean, it's basically like that fair, that fun fair we're at in our story, just a little bit bigger.
A little bit bigger. Not higher quality, just bigger.
And you can imagine that a lot of people have been drinking beer, so some of the rides are
puke fests.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, we have a similar festival in my city, which is a bit smaller, but only a bit, so that we just get over 1 million visitors, and not 3, but still a lot of stuff happening there. And we also have overpriced beer and lots of drunk people in the public transport system.
Sounds less than awesome. Okay. Well, thanks for this brief holiday conversation. That was fun. So we pick up with Brooke. So Brooke, two-piece, does Brooke like unsnap the top of her bikini for the application?
The bikini's like a one-piece object.
Oh,
so it's a lot more like a sports bra than a string or a snap.
Gotcha.
Or zip, which was big in the 90s. Was zippers and swimsuits.
It's true. Sweet. So she squirts the sun lotion in her hand and starts kind of rubbing on your lower back. You can see that there's a little bit of nervousness in her eyes, but also not displeasure, just a little bit of worry as she starts rubbing it. Starts off white, right? And she rubs it along your lower back and then slowly kind of moves up and skims along the base part of the top and then comes up over to your shoulders to kind of wipe that in. But she doesn't spend too long on that.
Yep.
Is that cool? Is that?
Yeah. Is it rubbed in?
Oh, hold on. And she rubs a little bit more as she finds a couple of little white streaks, and everything's kind of glowing now from the sheen of the oil. She's just back on her knees. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, good.
You got the backs of your legs too, right? Like,
I think so. How do they look?
Yeah, I think you got him. It's cool.
Oh, okay, cool. God, I never get outside.
Well, you're working and, you know,
Yeah, or I'm at school, or I'm at home and it's nighttime.
right. Do you mind? She kind of tentatively hands you the bottle of lotion, and then she lies on her tummy and reaches back and undoes the zipper on her top, and you see that she has a very, very light tan line. Like, there's not much of a tan line there.
Well, all right. I get a squirt into my palm and get to work.
She kind of lays her head sideways and occasionally just kind of looks back at you, and you catch her just watching every once in a while, looking over her shoulder. And as you get to work, and then eventually she says, that was great, thanks.
Yeah.
And so what is the next song that comes on playing? You said you had a list, so I'm keen for music cue.
Oh yeah. Goodness. All right. I'm gonna roll a die. I can't decide. It's because I'm a coward.
You're not a coward.
Because I'm indecisive. All right. You know, it's just because I need the dice to tell me the wrong thing so that I know that I've known the right thing all along. So I'm like, okay, this is not your usual style, but just hear me out, give this a shot.
Uh-huh.
And then it's Dar Williams on. And Cool as I Am is a very energetic song, which is nice and fits a bit more in the 90s oeuvre than a lot of folksy. I have folksy acoustic stuff. I'm sorry it was blocked in your region, Jan. That's weird.
Oh man. Oh, you did find a different one? Good.
Cool.
Hopefully the video is just as good, because this video is bizarre. Really bizarre.
Mm.
This is nice, a little story song, folksy kind of deal.
Yep.
I have never heard this song.
Oh, well, it is quite cute, and also it's pretty gay. Like, the video tries to sort of frame it as, no, it's cool. I'm talking about this guy. This guy's going to go to a bar and talk to women, not me. Not me, totally me. And I need to just work up my courage to talk to some women.
That's just cute. I like it.
Yeah, as Brooke is engaging in the closeted gay calculus of, do I make a pass or don't I?
Right. And once you're done, Muffy does not like re-snap or anything. She just lays there and listens to the music, and she seems like she's just gonna lay there and spend time relaxing. You see that the Chris with a K has picked up her towel and her book. Reading like a Danielle Steele novel, hardback, of course. And she's headed back to whatever house she came out of. And so everything seems distant. You guys are pretty much alone here on the beach.
Yeah, I leave the drinks in the ice, and after making sure that I've smoothed the last bit of visible sunscreen, I'll just sort of notice that she's not budging and sort of slide forward. So that I'm sort of lying down next to her, and I just sort of turn to face her and go, you have really nice skin.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, you do too.
Thanks. You don't really get as much acne as I used to when I was like 15. Oh my God, thank God. Sorry, that was stupid.
Oh, no, like I mean, we've all had acne and stuff. There was this like cream that my mom used to get from Myrtle Beach. They made it at the pharmacy there. I don't think it was legit, but she swore by it, and so I used it, but I still got a few. So we all. But hey, that was forever ago.
Right.
I know this isn't really like a thing you probably do, like lay out on the beach and stuff. So thanks.
Yeah, no, it's nice to just, relax and hang out and listen to tunes with somebody. I don't really
Yeah.
get to do that a lot.
I mean, I hang out a lot, but it's just a different scene with like, Tiffany and Matt, and even Chunks. It's just, they don't just listen to music unless they kind of bag on it.
Yeah. Even in the scene, it's hard to find people who don't just bag on stuff.
Why is that, do you think? Like, you're there with people who obviously like the thing that you like, but they have to kind of act like they don't like it, or it's not worthy of them, or something.
I think we're all kind of irony poisoned. We can't admit that we like things anymore, because if we do, then that makes us weak or stupid or something.
Yeah. I'd like to see you make a savvy roll, Brooke, if you want to reach out to her here.
I am down with that. Does it seem like empathy would apply?
I think so.
Okay.
Very much so.
All right, and I'm going to take one for the team here and use my special. I'm going to take -1 die to this test, so that the next player to make a test gets that die that I lost.
Wow, that's bold.
I know.
You're calling upon the fail gods here.
And yet, I do not. 2 5s, no 1s.
Nice. Yeah, I mean, you should just like, if you like something, you should just like say it, right?
Right.
It's really fun hanging out with you.
Yeah, it's fun hanging out with you too. I didn't expect it to be, but it has been.
And then she kind of rolls over just a little bit. She turns her face and starts moving in closer and closer to yours. And you're definitely feeling like this is about to escalate to something. What do you do?
I spend a moment, just a little bit deer in headlights of like, this looks exactly like what it is, but if it's not, and I go in, then my social life at school is ruined for the rest of my school career.
Yeah.
But I
Do you
push
flinch?
myself. I don't flinch. I pause for a second and push myself up off of the towel in the sand to sort of meet her in the middle.
And there's that last second as you see her tongue dart out and dab at her lips. And then she, when you meet her, she kisses you. It's tentative. There's worry in her eyes. It's almost like something was pulling her towards you rather than her moving across the space, as there are just as many risks for her and loss of popularity, status, all of that stuff if things go awry. But still, she doesn't stop. She doesn't move away. And she kisses you here on the beach under the warm, warm sun. And nothing explodes.
There's no screaming, no broken glass, nobody dies.
Nobody dies. No one's hurt. Yet. We quickly cut away to the sound of someone in like a ghost face mask jumping out of this dark corner where you could not see the person like hidden down within a little cloak. This is their shtick, right? They get paid a pittance and cotton candy to jump out as people walk by, and he jumps out and he grabs you, Echo. They're totally not supposed to grab you, but he like grabs your arm, and you see this weird melty face, ghost face that glows in the dark as he screams in your face. How does Echo react to that?
I think she tries to play it very cool, like looking at him and saying, A, I've seen worse things than you, and B, you're not supposed to touch me. That's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Oh man, that's awesome. So he like lets go of your hand, you hear him mumble like, "Oh, what a bitch, it's another one of those." And then he goes back and hides back in his little cubby hole.
And Echo takes a deep breath because her heart's totally racing. I mean, she was like, ugh, but well, yeah. And then she looks at that. I think who's there, Chad. There, she looks at Chad and says, "Well, that was the thing that happened right now."
By the way, we weren't accompanied by Elvira, were we?
You were not.
You're with.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Not
Yeah,
into the
okay.
actual.
In that case.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, recon. Don't bring the baseball bat. Yeah. Fantastic idea.
So what did you feel on the ride?
Definitely pulling from folks, but only kids, adults nothing. It got a little bit of Echo and I, but not much. He still should be, and I'll be looking around to make sure. The walls probably have ears here.
Your eyes out, because maybe, if something looks scary, then maybe it is.
Right, let's get through this, and fuck out of here.
That guy wasn't that scary. More a jump
Yeah.
scare than anything else.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's fine.
But maybe the next thing.
You guys come into the next room, right? This is a room by room, and each room has its own theming. And it's one of those rooms with the doctor operating on someone, and of course they've got a person who's like leaned up into it and is pretending to be laying back. So there's like, the legs are obviously fake, but the person is just moving and groaning in pain as some doctor with the that weird little silver disc thing over their head that's
The
shining
reflector.
the total reflector thing, and they're cutting away at the legs, and every once in a while there's a little spritz of red dye there that kind of spritzes up, and you see there's blood that's pool and dripping down over the side of these ruined hospital sheets. And I apologize that there's a real and present threat in my house that my Chihuahua wants to make sure everyone is aware of. So sorry for the barking. As all of this is going on, like it's a very big spectacle there. The bluish lights are all trained on this. There's a lot of dark corners. Rolf, you pick up that Frankenstein guy who was there at the front. He is tromping through, and you realize, Rolf, being the superhero that you are, the other groups have kind of moved ahead, and you guys have trailed behind as you were talking, and you're not sure if they let anyone else in after you guys for whatever reason. At this point, it's just the four of you in this particular operating room.
Okay.
What do you do, Rolf?
It's getting a bit quiet. Come on, let's go to the next room.
No need to hang around in here.
Yeah. Keep moving.
I'm not sure if they're letting anyone else in anymore.
What do you mean? Like they're trying to get us from?
I don't know. Let's just keep moving.
Yeah.
Catch up. Let's catch up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've kind of got a bit of more of like backwards motion as I'm like walking with them,
I see you guys start trying to extricate yourselves from the operating room to the obvious, next this way to the egress. When the doctor looks over and sees the Frankenstein guys walked in, and the Frankenstein guy's eyes, the blue light, the black light that's going on. I keep saying blue light, but I mean, it's like mostly a lot of black light stuff. So everything's kind of day glow weirdness as his eyes train over to you guys. And then the doctor who is cutting on the person's legs and making some weird, macabre, occasionally punish dialogue that he's probably worked out on his own. Because it's got free reign here at the room, and it's not much else to do other than, doctor puns. But he swirls around and he says, "Oh, I think I need another patient." And he reaches out and he grabs your wrist, Chad. What do you... Cutting band. Nice. He's taking him out. Chad, when he grabs your wrist with his left hand, he's got this scalpel and right. What do you do?
I think I'm like, I don't like yank my arm back, but I'm like kind of pulling back and like, I heard you're not like allowed to do that. The lawsuits.
If this place bothers you, maybe you shouldn't come back, young man.
Deal.
Sorry, I missed that.
Oh, you got a deal. Let's run.
Yep.
Cool.
Next room.
I think Rolf's going, you don't scare us.
Nice. So, Ralph, you're going to get in the doctor's face?
Yes.
Nice. Cool. So you get up in his face. You see, "You don't scare us." And he puts the little scalpel, which was obviously fake, down. But then you see he reaches and he grabs this little syringe, and it looks legit. And he says, "How about now, big guy?" And he starts moving forward with the syringe.
Rolf just backs off and like, ah! Runs away.
Sweet. So you guys run into the next room. So Wolf, you guys have
will
left the
give-
operating room. Oh, sorry. Go.
I will give him the finger while I'm running. So
It's very punk. I love it. Wolf, you guys run out of the operating room. What's the next like get up for this part of the haunted house that you guys run into?
I think we've, as a natural progression, we're definitely to the morgue.
Oh yeah. I like that. Cool. See, the morgues. There are all these dead bodies that are there, and there's one person who's got the Y-shaped autopsy scar, which there are these slabs and everything, and the one door is slightly ajar. And as you walk in, it just opens slowly. You hear the creak of metal, and the slab starts to slide open. Of course, all the lights are perfectly trained in here for all the black lights and everything. And then the body with the sheet over it. And there's all this bloody mess on the sheet and the like. But then as you guys are entering there and thinking about, like, do we kick to the next room? Frankenstein walks into this room like he's been following you guys. Rolf, what do you do? The doctor didn't follow, but the Frankenstein followed.
Yeah, no, I think Rolf is not this person smarter than in the bunch. I think he's gonna stand his ground again and like turn around.
Nice. So Chad, you also notice that Frankie is here, and it looks like Rolf is done running. I mean, Rolf's a tough guy. Chad, you wanna?
Like needles though.
I think I had moved to kind of just slightly behind Rolf and put like hand on the shoulder and like, let's say, go try the next room.
He's going after us and not going to let him. Damn it.
I mean, what we're gonna do here? And I'm like glancing at the towering figure.
Talk to him. Come on.
Okay. So you want to have a conversation then here with Echo Wolf. You see that the dead body that's underneath the sheet starts to sit up, right? And you see that this person is not dead, and it looks like you see their bare back and all these like scars and all this kind of wicked mess going on. But then Frankie is right there, Rolf. What do you do? Kind of leans down. He's way taller than you. He kind of leans down a little bit.
I'll be looking over and like, what do you want, man?
You're causing trouble. Don't make me hurt you. Tanya doesn't like you.
Cool. Yeah. Okay.
So we try the next room, Rolf?
Yeah.
Good.
That's... Bye.
All right. And you guys slide out of the morgue as the dead bodies come to life. And then there's like one more room, but then you skate out of that as Frankie doesn't follow you. There's a couple more jump scares and you're out back into the sunlight, and it's so much brighter now than it was earlier. Obviously, it has to be brighter now, but you're out of the haunted house, and Tanya's there. She's like she's been waiting for you, but she doesn't just stand right outside. She's kind of near the horse racing area, the thing where you like have to squirt and then the horses will like gallop along, She's standing near that, and the barker is calling out, "Oh, the green's going the wind. It's coming around the pass." And Tanya's there, and she's got a pair of shades on, and she watches as you guys all stumble out of the haunted house.
She probably hears me when I turn at the exit and I turn around and yell, "That wasn't scary at all."
and then Rolf and Chad are behind you. And Rolf is like,
Yeah.
Kind of look to the other three, and I put on a voice that you will all recognize as one of the NPCs that pops up in our games all the time. He is the guy who saw something he shouldn't. He pops up all the time. He's the ghost guy. He's that sort of character. As I look at the three of you and go, "Let's get the fuck out of here!" and start bolting away from this place, looking as terrified as I possibly can, playing it as big and broad as possible towards Teresa.
All right, let's see if you can fool Tanya. Give me a savvy roll. It's okay. Give me a savvy roll there. This seems like a pretty smart thing for you to do, to allay their suspicions by seeming suitably terrified.
All right. I don't think I have anything that'll add to that. Less strategy.
I mean, it's...
Or leadership. Nah, I guess not.
Is anyone helping?
Yeah, anybody going to help out with this?
I totally would, but
yes.
I just shouted defiance, so probably not a good move.
I mean, Rolf is genuinely a bit scared now, so that's gonna help sell it. He's definitely like, yeah, yeah.
Cool. All right, there you go. You can take another die, and now you need a 5 or a 6.
And I'm rolling with 6 die.
Oh my goodness.
Then I will be using my second use of my special power.
All right. Good call.
Failed test, because I definitely failed the test. So I'm going to re-roll them all.
3 1s and no successes. Yeah.
Wow. Did you? Oh, crap.
It's the same roll, basically.
Pretty close.
Some dice into different spots.
Did you include my 1 die from community?
You get 1 die extra from Brooks taking that rough. So this is the very next roll. You get to roll 1 die, and we'll see how that handles. So this will be part of this pool that you just rolled. Wow! Please add to the suck pool.
Oh,
you get into it, Wolf. Like, you super sell it well. Like, you think this is like Forrest Gump Oscar good as you take off out of there. Unfortunately, you miss that they had set one of those little low fences near the exit, and you thought it was clear, and you take a header, and it's one of those, like, you get airborne and Superman for a little bit until you like hit the asphalt and just skid along. It's one of those, like, bottom of your thighs and knees get all scraped up hardcore, and you look scared, but also a lot like, yeah, total Claude. Yeah, that's a definite ouchie. That is going to be 1 stress your way, unless you want to move that into a condition.
I think I'm taking a condition. I think, let's see, are there set conditions? There are, aren't there?
There are. Yeah, that's a drop down of conditions.
Yeah. Let's see. But yeah, I'm definitely taking the condition because I don't have very many stress.
No, you don't. Like, you're sitting at 2 right now. You definitely need some stress relief. I think that's definitely what we should have for our next.
I only max out at 3.
Yeah.
Woo. It's hard to find one that fits quite right on this one. I think that I hit, like you say, I hit my knees and scrape down, but probably what catches you guys as you see is that my head then kind of thumps pretty solid to the asphalt, and I'm taking dizzy.
Yeah. that works. And I could have seen broken too. It doesn't have to necessarily be a broken bone. It could be, all scuffed up and scarred. But Disney's great. Yeah, and you guys rush up to poor Wolf as he.
Yeah, I helped him up.
Yeah.
And
I'll
then
be getting there quick.
like, come on, keep going.
Yeah.
Oh,
Are you okay? Are you okay?
no, I'm not fucking okay.
Is this the character thing?
No!
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
God!
Yep.
I'm turning on Tanya here because I'm scared. I'm pissed, and I'm turning on her and saying, "That fence there, that is a lawsuit waiting to happen, lady. Can you see that? Just you scare people and then they tumble over that? Are you fucking out of your head? That's just not secure at all."
I'm so sorry that your friend fell, Echo.
Yeah,
I
this
moved
happened to
behind
people.
like Echo to try and like make a move with us.
She
It's
says,
like a werewolf or something. Come on.
maybe you guys should just
Seriously,
take
vampire.
some time off from the fun park. It was nice having you.
yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe we should take some time off. Have a nice evening.
She
And I'm
turns,
looking daggers at
saunters
her.
away. Oh, and she just ignores. She doesn't care. And she has this like very enviable hip sway as she walks away, feeling like this has been sorted. This is fine. Everything's good.
Hope she drops off her high heels. Which won't happen just because I'm wishing it, obviously, and I'm going over to the others.
I think she's breakfast.
Can we kind of just, officially move out of recon and
Yeah, yeah,
let's
please.
get some like,
And I think
baseball
I'm
bats and
crying a little.
Yeah,
You guys imagine there's like a first aid station at the mall?
Yeah,
Yeah, so
probably.
you could, I'm just kind of trying to.
Mhm.
It feels like maybe we transition to a little bit of a
Yeah.
stress recovery type
Yeah.
scene.
There is one in
the
mall,
food
actually.
court must have some.
We do have one of those. That's right. We have a map. You're the best. Thank you.
Oh wait, that's just an AED unit, but still.
I mean, like
Who needs
the
that? But I
There's
think
probably also a first aid kit
Yeah.
somewhere. There's a
Yeah.
first
anywhere
aid
with
station
kitchens
there.
is going to have it.
maybe their pharmacy will have something like that, because I mean that seems kind of a logical place to go. I'll get some Coca-Cola for everybody, because I think we all need the sugar
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, I would like
Well-
dart into the pharmacy and like get just a random handful of stuff. Come out with bandages and plasters and painkillers.
I
Sure.
took gravel out of my knee.
Yeah, buddy. That's always fun. I've done that. It's the worst. Sweet. Yeah. So since we've declared there is an action, like maybe it's a first aid station, but not necessarily a room, you guys are in the mall, which is great.
Bench
And-
between two plants type thing.
Yeah, there we go. Between two plants, and people are like going by, and you guys are helping to doctor up poor Wolf. And
Look at him. I'm
Yeah.
not crying.
nice.
Of course, buddy.
Poor Rolf's like, Wolf is just not as tough as you there. It's not the same. With,
Sure.
oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, nothing.
Oh, okay. I think with the bringing of Coke, as a little bit of, hey, let's all commiserate for a bit. What does this scene look like as you guys are kind of caring for each other and helping to remove some stress? Like, just give us a few moments of you guys coming down from that pretty intense
I
experience.
think I'm like on a knee in front of Wolf, like with my bag of shopping of like looking through like, well, I got like painkillers. I got like 2 types. I wasn't, and I like hand them to him while I'm like going
Thanks.
into
Ow!
more things. Yeah,
Careful.
sorry.
I kind of, as he's patching me up, I'll kind of like put my hand on your shoulder. Thanks, Chad. I mean, fucking Vince, fucking.
Yeah, they put that on their purpose or something. That's like,
How do you stand this all the time, Rolf? I swear your knees look like chopped meat most of the time.
I think I killed the nerves in there. I don't know. Like those kung fu things where you have to keep. No, I don't know, man.
did that guy have like?
He had the demon voice, yeah.
Yeah, that was.
Demon voice?
Yeah, demon boy had a demon voice, but in a
Yeah.
human form, like
The Frankenstein guy.
he still looked, normal, but he didn't sound normal, man.
Normal.
That was.
Yeah.
Well, they're definitely going to be on the lookout for us.
Yeah, we're fucked.
We're
Like,
just gonna have to
obviously,
go at it
there's like a bunch of them, like I think all of them are just crazy, man.
I mean, how long's the? I mean, just spitballing, but I mean, like, how long's the fair gonna be here?
Weeks.
2 weeks. Oh God.
2 weeks.
We're on day 2 or 3.
Echo, you said you
Yeah.
saw something.
Yeah, I saw a thing. They had a thing in the merry-go-round that was there. That was, I think it was connected to the whole energy draining thing. Looked like a silvery, like a handle with a silvery thing on top. Not like a mace, but small, like this big. And it had a little metallic, looked like a D20 or a D12 hanging on it.
Huh. Like an aspergillus or
Yeah, that's the Catholic thing, right?
well, you said it seemed religious.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you draw it?
Sure, I can. Yeah. Oh my God, my head is. I was a bit distracted, I guess, by the whole thing, and I will draw it then.
Nice. I don't think we need to like put it to a roll. You're good. You're this is your thing. This is your shtick. You draw it.
Yeah.
It's yeah. You guys see this thing, you see the sigils. Wolf, you recognize a few of them from the inside of the merry-go-round, but you also recognize that like those symbols look like they were added later, like painted on. They weren't
To the merry-go-round.
part of this. Yes, they weren't part of the merry-go-round structure. It's as if this device is a thing, and then they've modified the merry-go-round.
Adapted the merry-go-round to use it.
Yes. Which one of you guys recognize that this is a prayer mill? Like, who do you
that
think
was
is
me.
the person? Yeah,
That was me.
There you go. So there you go. It's a prayer mill.
Well,
Okay.
how was it attached?
It was jammed into the base, I think.
Not like
Right.
screwed in or anything?
Didn't
So we could
look
just
like it. I mean, I
Deal
saw
it?
it only while we could just. I had a feeling that if we had a strong guy, they might just rip it out. I don't know. It's probably not just put there and then left to lie, because it was hard to see these. The stupid unicorn was moving too fast, and I never thought I would use a sentence like that in my life.
You weren't moving that fast,
It was
But
pretty
for
slow.
you, maybe. Yeah, it looked like that to you.
It has a definite phantasmagoria effect, or a time stop almost.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was weird.
Just spitballing. But if we could, when the fair's closed, if we could have a distraction to pull people away, then maybe I could turn into like a chimp and go grab it and run. I mean, you've seen I can kind of turn into things if it works just right.
I mean,
I could just grab it.
Well, the idea would be that I could sneak in but you're right, we could make a frontal assault and just grab it.
I mean, well, I'm just saying, like, I can get away fast. I just plunk my
I mean-
board down and.
I think still like the idea of a distraction. I mean, we could still fiddle on with the lights.
Hmm.
I mean, if we
Yeah.
turn off the lights, they will probably go and take a look what's going wrong there, right? And then you could do your frontal assault thing, Rolf, with a skateboard.
Yeah, I'm not.
And
I'm
the
not
Valkyrie
100
and the
I'm not
Valkyrie
100%
slide.
sure anymore if the lights do anything, but then let's hope. I don't know.
Well, they
think
were
it's their
on in the
disguise.
daytime. They were
So
on
it-
in the daytime, so
Yeah, but the voice thing, man.
Okay, well, we've done our recon.
Mhm.
Let's wait till we hear from Brooke. We'll make a
Mhm.
decision.
Mhm.
It's not like
Mhm.
they're going anywhere.
2 weeks. That's a lot of kids.
Yeah.
it's-
I'll. Should we send her like a page?
Yeah.
Okay.
on best.
Sweet. So, Brooke, when you receive this page, it's like 45 minutes or so after the kiss. So, what are you and Muffy doing or not doing when your pager? Yeah, everybody who's involved in that scene. I know, Chad, you didn't have any stress, but everybody can either remove a condition or relieve one stress. My recommendation: relieve the stress. It's a little
I
hard.
do have 2 leftover conditions.
Okay.
I will.
Let's resolve that before we do the pager. So, which of the 2 conditions do you feel like you were able to relieve?
I will. The pissed on. I'll keep my
All right.
confused.
Okay, sounds good.
At some point.
All right, rock on. So, Brooke and Muffy, where do you imagine that the 2 of you are after like 45 minutes post lip lock there when the page comes in?
I think I've just stepped out of the outdoor shower. And we've kind of recamped the boombox to the sunroom. And probably Muffy's like, your pager's buzzing?
Nice. Yeah, it's difficult to hear it from the boombox going on and the music you guys are listening to.
Yep.
But yeah, there's your pager. What does the page say? Remember, you only have so many characters, but of course we can bend the rules on that.
It's probably something like WTF monsters, dude.
Perfect.
And I'm just like, oh, that's Rolf.
You okay?
There's some stuff going down at the mall. Could I get a
Oh.
ride back?
Yeah, totally.
Cool. And I'm like, I haven't moved an inch. And I'm just like, do you want to do this again sometime?
Yeah, that sounds cool. Like, that I have fun.
Same.
And then I gotta go get a wrap or something. And she
Oh,
Skip
yeah,
runs her
shit,
way
I
up
should-
towards the upstairs.
Then I'm back into the bathroom and confronted with the guilt mirror. And I just look at myself and I shake my head. I re-ruffle my hair. It's got to be the perfect tousle.
Hmm.
And then I get dressed,
Nice, nice.
regardless
Was
of whether I'll have to tousle again or not.
When you have the look in the mirror, the guilt mirror, as it were, what's the expression we see on Brooke's face after this afternoon?
Happy, kind of that like refreshed, little dopey, a little, there's still some tension. There's still whew, that happened. Okay. We
Nice.
feels like I'm not at the top of the roller coaster yet.
Another time you change, she's coming down the stairs, has her keys, wearing some like strappy, like the jellies, right? The jelly sandals. Were those?
Oh,
Those are kind of
goodness.
90s. Yeah, she's gonna.
Oh, when I was a kid, I used to wear those every summer religiously. And like the thing about the jelly sandals is like the first week you wear them is the worst footwear experience you can possibly have. Because they're this molded plastic with these sharp edges and your feet are going to bleed everywhere. But after that first week, they like are your feet
Mm-hmm.
until they get worn out. Then you got to do it all over again.
Yep, jelly sandals. I'm trying to find some for those who has no idea. They're just called jelly sandals, I think, right? But they were different in the 90s than they are now. Like now they're
I remember
brand
those.
and everything, but they were these
I mean, I
weird-
always thought they were like jelly shoes.
maybe.
My sister had a pair of those in the 80s even, so.
The images I'm finding all have buckles. Here we go. Here's the deal.
That's a bit different. Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
a little bit
there you
different,
go.
But that material, yes.
Oh,
The
I had
jellies.
these, but my feet didn't bleed. I feel out now.
You feel left out?
Yeah, I feel left out.
There we go. The jellies. And hers are like this like magenta-y pinky style. There you go. Thank you for that find. Cool. And she's wearing like this, robe wrap kind of deal, but still has the bikini on underneath. And she hustles out to the cabriolet. Keys are already in the ignition. And she starts it up to drive you back to the mall. So I'm curious, Brooke, when you guys get to the mall and she like drops you off, she's totally like, I'm casual. I'm just dropping off my friend. How does that parting go? I mean, there are people like walking into the mall.
So, like before I exit the door, I like take her hand and like give it a squeeze and then do a little circle in her palm kind of thing. And then just bust out and wave and shout that I'd see her later.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of deal.
See you later. And there's this like relief, disappointment tone to her voice, but she watches you as you head into the mall and then she drives away. So all 6 of you, all 5 of you, I just counted myself as a PC. What's up with that? I don't know. The 5 of you. I just saw 6. It was a grid. You guys meet up. They share their experience. What do you guys want to do?
Whoa. So they tried to shoo you guys off, huh?
Demon voice, man.
Whoa. Tyler,
Fucking
you were
demon
muted.
voice.
and they knew our names right off. They were
Yeah, and like they knew everything. Well, they didn't know much about chat, but other than that, they knew everything.
they
Yeah.
didn't know much about Chad.
Because he's not working at the mall.
No, because he wasn't with us when we went the other night.
Oh, right. You're right.
We
Like
got
they've
caught.
been looking up you guys since then.
Well, they're demons. They probably can woogie 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 and just find out shit.
Yeah, making a kind of a divination spell.
So
Right.
now they're doing that about me.
Oh yeah.
Maybe. So wait,
Probably.
Echo, you said uh Tyra? Crap, what's her name?
Anya.
Tanya.
Yeah.
You said Tanya said that your boss said you were the best worker?
Yeah, that
I think
was.
she said that about all of us. It was weird because like,
Yeah, I just challenged that. She said that we were all of us the best workers in all the mall. I said, oh, that's bullshit. I'm not, but
And she even mentioned your boss's name.
yeah, she knew her name. It's true.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, somebody's got to be selling the renews to the mall and all of these shops.
Yeah, they've got to have a face.
This lady kind of
Yeah.
sounds like it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
So,
she
like,
sound.
I'm not ruling out magic. I'm just saying maybe she has talked to our bosses.
could be, yeah, but why?
Or maybe she's talked to Officer Snips or whatever is Sips. Officer Sips. I mean, he knows us.
Mm.
It seemed like they were more interested in scaring us off than like really hurting us. I mean,
Guess.
well, they only like threatened us when you kind of bucked up on them.
Demon voice, man.
It sounds fucking scary, but I think they were running us off, hoping they, we're a bunch of kids. We'd run
Oh,
away.
it worked.
Yeah.
They just,
We're going back there, aren't we?
we're gonna have to do something. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
We've got
Right.
we've got a plan or two.
I have an idea and it really sucks.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
We got to get up at like dawn.
Okay.
That
And
really
like-
sucks.
As it
And sneak in.
tomorrow dawn?
And yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And sneak in and get that little magic wheel thing before they fire up for the day.
And we can't turn off the lights because if they do what we think they might, at dawn there will be no panic, but it will impact them, right? If they can't hide and people start coming out and seeing them, that they will have to react to that.
if
I
we
mean-
steal the thing, then it's more than likely they're going to try to come get it back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And they know us. So then the question is, when we get it, are we using it as a bargaining chip? Are we going to destroy it? Do we want to expose them?
And we were not giving it back.
It's,
So
I mean, it's either that or we try to cut off electricity to the fun fair.
Yeah.
But that's a really temporary fix, especially if they're going to be
Yeah.
here for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and
but
they go somewhere else afterwards.
Yeah, we
Mm.
need to take that thing out, man. The wheel thing.
yeah, but I think we can maybe use the thing to reverse the effect as long as we still have some of that goopy stuff. So might be useful there. But I get that if we want to destroy it, that would be preferable than them having it back.
and we got to
if you-
convince them that once we take it, they need to leave rather than say, come kill us. The question then, and I know I kind of shot down exposing them, but if you're with this dawn idea, won't be a bunch of pedestrians or patrons or whatever there, but we can make enough of a stink that like the cops come, and then the threat, then exposure would mean they probably just run, right? I mean,
yeah, but I mean, if there is some if it's light related, then like if we take out some of the lights, then they can't run their rides, right? Because like who's gonna get on a ride when there's a big like 7.5-foot ogre standing there?
I, for one, don't want to get on the merry-go-round if a giant hairy demon guy is running it.
Oh.
That's just
Oh,
me.
no. Yeah, well, I would have loved that then when I was a kid. But, I mean, come on, that would have been interesting at least. But hey, if we turn off the light, then they can use it again. That's not, we're not destroying all the lamps if we just turn off the, my plan was always just to turn off the electricity.
Ooh, hold
we
on.
can turn it back on.
Do both.
Hold on.
Turn off
Echo.
electricity
I'm getting
and
the brainwave. We don't. Okay, so
And a Coke.
If we
from the
can-
collection.
a what?
A Coke. We had.
Yes, and I like put the Coke on my forehead for a second, and then I like pop it, open it up. Okay. What if we rig the lighting setup to overload? And then we steal the wheel, and they come after us, and we're like, yo, you've got to get out of town and let us go, or else we're going to ruin your magic lights. And then if they step to us, we ruin their magic lights.
if they have magic lights.
They were running them in the daytime, dude. Why would you do that?
Before we do anything else, I've still got this kid's diary. I haven't read yet, but I stole from the band. Remember, Brooke? Maybe we should
read it yet.
No, I haven't.
Yeah.
There was so much going on. I haven't read it yet, but I
Was it?
found
I
it
like
here.
rip off the tab on my Coke, and I like fold it in half and crease it really hard with like an unopened bottle, and then I like hold out a hand for the diary
Yeah, I've got it out, and let's read it.
and pop open the lock with the tab
Oh,
bit.
yeah. Oh, it was locked, right? Yeah, so
yeah, it was
that's
locked.
that's why I didn't read. No, that's not even what Echo is
Let's
saying.
just say that this trick is why I'm not BFFs with Shirley back in Wyoming anymore.
Poor Shirley.
No.
She didn't ask for this. I'm so thrilled that you remembered this thing that was like, yep, there's a diary. And then I was like, oh, I guess it doesn't matter now. All right. So the diary is written in, the handwriting is this nice flowing cursive, and you believe that it might be Tanya's, except the name that she uses is like Titania. And in this journal, because it never says Dear Diary, but in it, it looks like they found this prayer mill about 6 months ago. And over time, she's logging her progress of figuring out what to do. And they insert it into the merry-go-round. And now they've got this like this ectoplasm, this effluvium spirit essence. And then they go through several different iterations of figuring out how to use it. And they find that they can entrap it in this particular cream. And then they start marketing it and figuring out that this is a thing. So like over the last 6 months, you guys are like the third town that they've started using the prayer mill to drain children. According to Tanya's notes, this effluvia stealing only harms the children in that it weakens them for a brief period. It doesn't kill them. It seems like that's actually an item of concern that they have. They don't actively want to kill these kids because they know, number one, can't really draw anything from someone's dead. Number two, it's going to get the cops on a fun park in like a hot minute. And they, by the time that mono's symptoms come up, they're skating to the next town. She realizes from her writings in this journal that they could probably only pull this scam for so long before someone puts the dots together and does a very thorough bit of news reporting and trails the fun park. But they hope that with enough time that they're raising so much money, like the log, because in the later it's like a little bit of a balance thing. They've made thousands upon thousands of dollars versus what the fun park brings in. It's like 5 times more profit from renews than they could possibly imagine getting from the fun park over the entire summer. So basically, Titania and her, as she refers to them, her wayward friends, aka the fun park members, they know that they're running this scam for as long as they can, and then the fun park's probably done, and they'll go find something else. So they're a little bit of vagabonds, but yeah, that's the scam. She's logged it pretty carefully, but she was keeping this journal the same place that the news was, so she kind of thought it was secure.
I have a feeling that they wouldn't come after us to kill us. I think that might be too bad of a crime to, people would start asking questions if they started killing off some teenagers, right?
I don't know, man. He's a
I
demon.
Also don't want to have the shit beat out of me. Just
Agreed.
Just gonna throw it out there that like the halfway mark between killed and not killed is also bad.
Yeah, okay. But we have the diary, right? They know probably that we do by now. So
Okay.
Yes.
they're worried about people putting out this stuff, and we have this stuff. And I mean, we have a scenester with us, right? We have kind of reach. We can publish stuff. So
okay, then
I mean, I could scene it up if you want, but
I just think we have more bargaining chips than we thought before. I mean, we have this diary. We have.
We need to keep that safe.
Yeah, absolutely.
If we want to get the wheel, so we probably should grab it. If we have the diary and we feel like that they're going to run, we tell them that we've got evidence against them. We'll give them back the evidence if they'll just take the fuck off, right?
Yeah, exactly.
We know about their lights. We can even use that as a bargain with them because, hell, we could sit across a parking lot and shoot them out with a BB gun if we had to.
Go there just like in the morning.
No, man, I think we'll get in trouble if we start shooting at a crowded fair.
BB guns aren't that loud.
No, but still,
they're
gonna theoretically, once we hit one light, they're gonna turn into demons.
The shooting range thing anyway.
It's easier to overload the lights and shoot them out that way anyways before we start handing out BB guns. I don't know if anybody of us is a very crack shot with these things.
I think in theory we're working off the same principle here. We have this ability because we're not really going to turn the lights off on them. We're just going to tell them, "Hey, we know about your lights." I mean,
right? Okay.
So part of us go and threaten them, and the others go and get the prayer mill thing.
We need to snatch the prayer wheel first. Once it's secure, then we can make a deal. If folks think that's a good idea.
Yeah. I still think we should just turn off the electricity on them as a distraction.
Yeah, that's good. And then we also know how many of them are demons.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Are you Christian or anything, Rolf?
What, me? No, not really. Why?
Okay. But
It-
I don't
it's-
know.
It starts to lend a little credence when you see a demon, though, doesn't it?
Well, I mean, we have demons, but they are not necessarily totally evil, right?
I'm just calling it demon.
Had backwards legs, you said.
Yeah,
That's-
that's the goat legs. That was. I mean, I could have said satyr, but it's too big for a satyr, really.
Yeah, I know it looked scary, but I mean they haven't hurt us. They have hurt the kids, but
He also has
that's
a
more-
demon voice, man.
I
Yeah,
think
that was very
demon
scary,
voice
but
and hurting the
they-
kids. I think that qualifies.
They do seem to
Sorry.
not want to kill anybody, which
Yeah.
again is, so they're fairly nice demons. I don't think it changes what our eventual goal is here, though.
yeah,
I mean, for all we care, they're. It doesn't matter what they are. They're draining things from
yeah,
kids.
yeah, but
and-
they're more like con men than like violent criminals. That I mean that doesn't mean
Con
they
men
won't beat us
selling
up.
that
poison.
happen to
They
look
can
like
be right.
demons. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, well, that actually is not
Oh.
is also a weakness because they don't want to be exposed. That's something they don't want in the world.
No, probably not.
Then how do we think we should best go and snatch the prayer wheel?
Yeah, like
Who
Turn
wants
off the
to
elec-
make that charge? Who wants to be in distraction? I
Are we
think
gonna-
I have a decent chance at stealth. I think, Rolf, you said you probably have best chance at speed. Anybody else feel like they have a strong feat or talent that they picked up somewhere along the way?
I mean, I can turn off the electricity. It's pretty simple.
That's puts you in distraction team well.
Does that leave?
I can
me
fit
and
into some
Brooke
pretty
to-
small spaces and
Yeah, you're
take
skinny.
some stuff apart.
I got a getaway car.
That could be very, very important.
Oh, that is, yeah, a car is faster than a skateboard. I remember.
I mean, it'll fit. I mean, if we open the boot, the thing at the back.
The trunk?
Thank you. If we open the trunk, a couple could perch in that.
Okay.
Probably not the safest, but safer than backward-legged demon thing.
So again, what do we think? Rolf tries to make a bad rush for it. I try to monkey over. Brooke, you tried to sneak in a box. Which one of us? Probably not wise for all three of us. We're just putting in more odds of getting caught.
Someone needs to stay with Echo.
Agreed.
What?
Look, we're
I raised my hand.
not leaving anyone by themselves.
Well, like I say, I figure if you're going to make the rush, then Brooke and I would stay with Echo and help with the distraction. Or if Brooke's sneaking up, then you and I would stay with Echo and provide the distraction. Or if I monkey over, then
Yeah, I think just to kind of speak out of character, what I would want to happen in a cool scene like this is either Brooke, who's really good at sneaking, or Wolf's cool magic powers. Both of those intrigue me as potential ways to solve for snatching the prayer.
I like the idea of us using a magic
Um,
power because that shows them that we're not just stupid teenagers in over
That's-
their head.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
I mean,
Alright.
if they, right?
Sure.
I'll stick with Echo then.
Or I'm sorry. Wolf turns into a little monkey and Brooke sneaks Wolf in.
then we whistle real loud and throw a pass to Rolf as he skateboards to the car.
Oh my god, this is great.
Okay.
This is
I mean,
the best action sequence.
I mean, I could also try to turn into a little monkey once I've seen
That's
Wolf
true.
do that.
True.
And even a little monkey can turn off the electricity. You don't need opposable thumbs really for that.
You just want to be a monkey. That's awesome.
Monkeys have opposable thumbs, you know.
I
Yeah.
love that the first time
Also-
the Echo pulls this off
True.
is literally a monkey see a monkey do. Okay.
Well, yeah, and then if we have to run, Rolf, I can just jump on your back because little monkeys. I'm not gonna bite you.
Uh-huh.
I don't have fleas.
But will you still not? I don't.
Okay, so
I
we
won't
will
do
cut
that.
to early morning.
Shapeshifters.
I'm looking at time. We cut to early
Yeah,
morning, and the crew has yourself set up. Chad, you have this. You have your car, and there's a boot on the back. I don't even know where that came from.
I knock it over and open the trunk so there's space for people to jump in.
Awesome. Thank you. And we have Brooke, the sneak patrol with Wolf, who is about to get monkeying around. Echo watching closely so that she can monkey see monkey do it up. But Echo also wants to. Maybe there's like a transformer that they tie their power into, maybe a few generators as well. So you're looking to possibly screw that up. But exactly, there's some rolls to see if you pull that off. But there's also a roll to see if Wolf pulls it off. Let's start with the polymorph. I think Wolf becoming a monkey is the key. And by the way, I'm taking over here, but let me check in. Is everybody cool? Good? All right, awesome. Just wanted to make sure because I get bossy sometimes and I'm terrible that way. Let's see how your polymorph goes, Wolf. You want to use any of that suck pool? No, your eyes will stick that way.
Yeah, give me a. I'm looking real quick at the magic spell rolls. Okay. Do. Okay. All right. Cool.
Looking
Okay.
as it well. Always uses your brainy attribute, regardless of the spell's intended effects.
Okay. So I'm doing brainy plus the ability.
Mm-hmm.
So, and of course I'm still dizzy because I cleared stress rather than a condition, which probably was a bad idea, honestly. But so that gives me 4 dice. I'm going to. Oh, can I use 2? We think 2 or just 1?
Use 2.
Okay. So 2 from the pool.
Remember that converts dice. That doesn't add dice.
That's right. Is that right? Yes. It converts dice you already have to D8s. Is that
So
correct?
instead of rolling 4d6, you're now rolling 2d6 and 2d8. And the suck pool goes down to 1.
All right. Come on. That is horrid. No,
it's just like all your other rolls.
Exactly like all my other ones.
And you've got that advantage. Oh no, you've used it 2 times and you're all out. Oh, it's just a terrible.
So I do not turn into a monkey.
Can somebody have helped with that roll?
I don't know if there's much of a way to have helped.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't see how Rolf can help that.
No.
I mean, just by.
I think you're gonna have to sneak in alone.
Yeah. I think what happens is that Wolf, you grow some fur. But you don't get smaller. You don't grow a tail. You just look like a fuzzy guy. It just doesn't. Like your nose is a little monkeyish. Like it gets a little button, a little kind of cute for a little bit. It'll probably fade.
Does that mean I can't? That means I can't try, right? Because he didn't make it.
Right,
Didn't
sadly.
succeed.
Oh no.
All right, well, it's up to you. We'll put on as good a distraction as we can.
Okay.
They definitely know you're not normal, Wolf.
True.
Well, take these, see what you can do with them. I hand him like a stack of trifolded papers, and it's clearly like made pretty rushed on a printer, and it's an expose of Renew's, including like made up facts about animal testing and like a chemical that doesn't exist that's totally in it that
Awesome.
gives you skin cancer, that kind of thing.
Cool. We make the distraction. You do the grab. When you get the grab, I guess you're heading to the car.
Okay.
If you get a chance, send just any beep to Chad. So tweet page to Chad. Chad, you hit the horn, so we know it's time to retreat.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, like, it's not like the fun park guys like have a hotel room. So like they're all in the buses that they came in. They're all asleep, and it's early morning. Like the sun's rays are just barely peeking in. You get that cool kind of deep orange glow of the dawn's early light, and this little human-sized monkey guy, Wolf, and then Brooke. You hand off your zines that you hastily threw together the night before, and you sneak forward. So your hardy and your brainy are the same attribute value. I really feel like this is kind of a physical skill thing, so I would have gone with hardy plus your sneak. You have 5 dice. Are there
Can
any...
I have helped because
what-
of the strategy?
What about the
work there?
distraction?
Do
What
what?
about the distraction? Don't we do that then?
I thought
Or
so is the distraction
that just a
threat
help?
if you were caught, or...
I thought the
What?
distraction was a bit of a ripcord thing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I thought, but
No, as a help for the role.
Sure.
Were we doing distraction to pull to us while you do the snatch? Is that the idea?
Thought so, yeah.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
maybe I was wrong.
Well, obviously you've got help, right? Wolf gave you a strategy, Echo's there as backup. So either one of those can count as help. So you can go ahead, and that will give you 5s that you need. And then that
Cool.
means you're rolling a total of 6 dice.
All right. I
It
believe
looks like
that
the
the
suck is
pool-
still showing at 3, because I think...
It should be 2 right now because Tyler
Should
used
be-
2,
should
but
be
then added
1.
1 back
Oh, that's right, he did. Good
Yeah.
call.
because he rolled a lot of suck.
Like Doge, much suck.
I'm going to use 1 from the suck pool.
Sounds good.
Hey. 2
All
5s
right.
and a 1.
2 5s and a 1. Success, but things get worse, which is the perfect thing to happen right now. So, Brooke, how do you sneak across what do we see as you sneak? You make it to the merry-go-round. You're going to get the paper mill, prayer mill from the merry-go-round. You get all of that. So what does that look like? What was Brooke the sneak? How's she pull it off?
I just figure my line of sight between me and the buses and caravans and campers that the carnies live in, right? And it's a lot of low scrambling from one piece of cover to another. And then I find like a cardboard box full of, popcorn boxes, right?
Yeah, totally.
And like dump it over and solid snake it, because frankly that shit's funny as hell.
Yes,
I can't
it is.
help it.
I think there has to be somebody who walks by, looks at it, and then says, "It's just a box," and then walks away.
Yep,
You
it's
almost
that,
saw an exclamation point, but we're not going to go that far.
Yeah, there's that little question mark. Nope, nothing. And so from there, I, squeak over that low little pedestrian fence,
Which is taking
Right.
people down. It can hurt.
which is taking people down, but I'm not going full tilt. I'm just whoop. And there I am ducked next to that merry-go-round.
Nice. You climb across, past the unicorn and
Yep,
the
hiding
little,
among the horses.
hiding them, and you see it, just like Echo had described. You see the prayer mill. Kind of reach your hand down, and you have to kind of work it a little bit, but you're good at this kind of stuff, and you start to pull it out, and that's when you hear movement underneath you, and a 7-foot tall Sasquatchy trolley type thing that Wolf had told you all about, but you didn't have the misfortune of seeing, pushes up one of the plates. Evidently, he sleeps down here. And Echo, Rolf, Chad, you're in the car. You've got a boot in your lap. I don't know. But Echo, Rolf, Wolf, the three of you see the Sasquatchy troll guy there as he's right in front of Brooke, and he reaches for you. Brooke, what do you do?
I scream and I grab the first thing that's in my knapsack, and it's a giant bottle of Nomad. So I scream, and I just squirt at him.
Nice. So you're using an item. So let's go ahead and say that you're using that item, and let's have you make an attack roll. You'll be using Heart.
All right. I have no talent to help me out, but I'm using that item. So that's 4 dice.
Looks like it.
Okay. All right. 2 4s and a 1.
Oh goodness, that would be a fail. That would be a fail. Hey, add one more to the suck pool.
Yeah.
As you spray him in the face, and he's hurting, right? But he snatches you, and his hand's big enough to where he gets it around your side, and he picks you up, and he screams out in this weird, deep-throated voice that it's okay. We're just gonna, we're doing quick, and he calls out an alarm, right? And it's this weird ululating cry, and it's not English. It's some weird flowery language that sounds odd coming from his throat. Rolf, Wolf, Echo, you see this. He's caught Brooke. He's like holding her up, and he's kind of wiping at his face and not doing anything else, but he's got her, right? He knows, but he's not crushing you. He just totally got you right now, Brooke. So I'm curious what Rolf, Wolf, or Echo, you guys want to do anything?
Rolf is jumping on his boards and
Go ahead.
speeding there.
Nice. Just skating along. You've got could totally I don't know, ollie or something off of the fence before the merry-go-round or whatever. What do you do, Rolf? Are you planning on trying to help Brooke out by attacking?
Yeah, I'm basically just going. I want to go full speed up against the troll figure.
Sounds awesome. Do some melee plus brawn. Hardy.
Plus boards.
Plus board. Man, look at you. All right, so 5 in Hardy, 1 in melee, 1 plus board. So that's 7 dice-a-roomies. Right. Don't forget you can. You can double up if you need to.
Yes. Well, it's a 6 and a bunch of 4s.
Bunch of 4s, but no 1s.
No, for a change.
Sweet. So you board up, you spin off, and he's just able to clear his eyes, but he sees the shadow of you coming at him. What does that strike look like?
I think I'm sort of going I'm going full speed, and then just at the edge of the merry-go-round, just sort of jump off the board and just go up against him with my shoulder, trying to knock him over, which is maybe ineffectual, but maybe at least he drops Brooke.
Sweet. Yes, he does drop Brooke, but Chad, Echo, Wolf, there are people coming out of the buses real quick.
I'll look over at Echo. Distraction?
Yeah, now or never. And I will overclock the electricity here now. Just so.
Give me a tech roll. Pull it off.
Okay, plus brainy, right?
Mm-hmm. Totally makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. That is still, yeah. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, there's a 6 and 2 5s and no 1.
Nice. The dice love you guys again. Fantastic. So not an extraordinary success, but yeah, the lights all go off. And when you see the people that are piling out of the bus, yeah, they're not like, there are a couple of humans among them, but you see there's a girl with wings. There's some like slope-headed guys, got these weird tusks at the bottom of his mouth, and they're all loping forward, and the lights go out, and they pause for a moment, and they look at each other, and they know the gig is up, and a few of them actually run back to the bus. But some others are coming out, like they're going to do something, and that's when Titania appears. Get that prayer mill!
I think Chad is actually going to start. Is there enough space for the car?
Yes.
In like, he's going to start trying to
Especially if
reverse
you're willing
fast.
to get it scratched.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. If you're willing,
I think
for
I'm
this
going to
item be high.
reverse it to get close to the rest.
Sweet.
Like possibly do a little bit of a spin round to kind of,
Yeah, like it's a cool move. I like it.
Yeah.
It's definitely going to scratch your car. That sounds fantastic. What is Wolf doing?
As Echo overloads it, I say to her, get back to the car, and I'm booking it towards Rolf and Brooke to try and help with this extraction.
Okay. So this 7-foot-tall, weird scarification guy has dropped Brooke, but he sees you, Rolf, and yeah, he's definitely going to try to put a hurt on you. Yeah, that's a thing. What are you doing, Rolf?
I'm probably trying. I'm probably trying to dodge his attacks. Like,
Sweet. Cool. Give me a.
I'm trying to keep him busy.
Oh, yeah. So the plan is to keep him busy, so that
I'm trying to keep him busy so Brooke can get out with the wheel.
that totally makes sense. And Brooke, are you gonna bail and leave Rolf behind, or?
I mean, where's Wolf right now?
Running at you. Do you have the wheel?
Oh, yeah.
If you have the wheel, then you're seeing that Wolf is running towards the controls to turn on the thing.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Okay.
By the thing, you mean the merry-go-round?
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay.
The guy is half in and out of.
Yes, he is. That's pretty clever.
Then that makes me like I'm about to maybe swing it, and I see where you're going, and I'm like, okay. So instead of trying to Hail Mary it, I'm like, I reach into my tote bag for the next thing, and it's a stapler. I'm like,
oh no.
Honestly, I try to staple some of his foot hairs to the floor.
Sounds great. So we'll call that a helping for Rolf. Rolf, give me a melee plus a hearty roll again. And it sounds like if you want to use your stapler, skateboard, you can bring that in.
No, I'm not using my skateboards for this one.
No, it's super gonna break it. So
yes. Oh wait, and I forgot the help. So one more.
Oh, come on. 1 on the help. Oh, it's only 3. All right. 6 is a success.
Still a 6.
Sweet. So, again, kind of looking at time and the successes that are on the table and Wolf's plan, I think what we see, Chad, you back in, you're ready to be the bail. There are several of these odd, like misbegotten fairy creature people who are streaming into the fun park from the buses while Wolf turns on the merry-go-round after Rolf and Brooke kind of distract him, staple his hair down. He throws a couple of wild swings that miss Rolf, and Rolf, you actually knock him back into the nightmare, the only scary one on the whole merry-go-round. And then the merry-go-round begins, and the plate starts slamming into him, and it's pushing him and knocks him down. And he's absolutely not going to die in this thing, but he is going to be a little messed up. And he also doesn't want to break the machine that he's responsible for. So there's a little bit of freak out there. Chad pulls up in the car. Brooke, you still have the prayer mill. Echo, looks like everybody's kind of sort of left you behind here. You're just going to pull a fade, or you're going to try to catch up to them? What are you doing?
I think as when Wolf told me to go to meet Chad, and Chad started his car, I'm pulling out my camera and taking a few pics. Then I'm running up towards
Nice.
the car. I mean, these
Sweet.
pics won't be any worth anything because I don't have time to focus. Just to let them know, hey, you're on camera now.
Sweet. So a number of these folks are running towards you, Brooke, Rolf, and Wolf. Chad has pulled up in the car. Who gets in Chad's car? I don't think you can all fit. Well, maybe some of you can climb onto the trunk or something.
I'm
Get in the
gonna-
trunk.
I pre-opened the trunk.
Right. Trunk is open.
And by the way, there's a baseball bat in there, according to my items. So
I'm going to Marty McFly it, man.
Nice. Nice. Cool. So you just grab onto the bumper. Brooke, what do you do?
I'm gonna dive into the trunk.
You're small. You can fit. It's fine. Wolf, you do have like surprisingly more agility for some reason. Like this, this kind of works for you.
Oh, good. As I'm leaping for the trunk, but as I get in, I yell back, I suggest you get the hell out of here. And I'm going to throw some of these pamphlets back towards them so they can see this really is over. You better pack up.
Sweet. And then Echo, I assume, like slide over the front hood of the car and get into the passenger side, because that's just the most cool action movie thing you can possibly pull
Yeah,
off.
sure. I have no idea how I managed to do that ever. I will never
didn't mean
repeat
to,
this
but it-
feat. But I'm like, okay, apparently I'm Jackie Chan now. And then I get into the
We
not
had an anxious
driver's
stunt
side.
double who just really wanted to be in a scene.
Yeah.
So we, knew
Yeah,
the director, got some favors, and Echo got a cool action scene moment.
Yeah, cool.
Chad, you
shift
everybody's
gears and just floor it. Like probably taking out
peel
one of those.
rubber.
I think I take out that little that railing that was a bit too low and obviously a health hazard as I go. Not intentionally, just
As you guys go out and you peel out, and all of the few fun park folks that had come running after, they can't catch up to you, and they end up coming back to Tanya, and she looks at them and she says, come, my wayward children. It is time to go. And one of them hands her the pamphlet. She says, oh shit. So we cut there, right?
Mhm.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. So let's do our end of session stuff. I have tweaked for clarity. Hopefully it'll be a little clearer how things work in the earning advancement points. You get one for showing up. If you made it to the session and participated, you get an advancement point. It's terrible, right? Participation trophy and all. It's the end of the universe.
Mine.
I'm just reading it because that's what I wrote. Vanquished foes. You took part in a battle and won. You get a 1 point. You all took part in that battle. Not one per villain or one per hit. One for being on the winning team, which you all were. Great job. No one went above and beyond at work. We didn't even have a work scene. I'm a bad GM, so you don't get an advancement point for that. Character voices, everybody did something really cool in roleplay today. I really, really enjoyed it quite a bit. So, ouchie, did anyone take on ongoing conditions?
I did.
Okay, cool. Did Echo, or you just ate the stress,
No,
right?
I just ate the stress. I usually eat the stress because I'm so brainy.
Right. Okay. So 1, 2, 3 for everyone and 4 for Wolf. Good. Those are the advancement points for everyone. Remember, you cannot have more than 10. So if you get up to 10, you need to spend it immediately. It's like it's burning a hole in your pocket. Everybody's got 7, 5, between 5 and 7. Okay, 3s and 4s. We got some people who recently bought some stuff. So good. Nobody's maxing out. That will bring this session of minimum rage to a close. You guys have defeated Titania and her wayward fairies in their little fun park. Foiled their plan to steal the youth from some children and sell it back to the elderly for or older, for maximum profit. So we'll quickly go a round of stars and wishes before we let everybody go. Who would like to go first for wishes? Wishes are, hey, things I'd like to see in future installments of the Maliverse stuff, missed opportunities, or other things for wishes. Who would like to go first for wishes?
I mean, I think maybe like, a little bit, some scenes, the 2-person scenes kind of stuff. Have a little bit more of those. I
agree. Yeah, I don't feel like we got work and we didn't get 2-person scenes, which I think are the best for people opening up. I agree. Definite opportunity there. I'll work on it. Who's next?
Mine's kind of a mechanical thing.
Okay.
I wish I understood better how to use my set of skills as actionable things. Like strategy and the deduction, I got something off with, but it feels like there's supposed to be something actionable. And it's hard to work that in. I'm not sure if maybe I picked out talents that just aren't very actionable.
And strategy and leadership are both those really not defined in the rules what benefit you would get from doing a strategy. They're just talents that are thrown out there. I could see strategy as being a thing. Maybe we'll custom move up some if you use strategy or leadership before an action, maybe with success you can add to the suck pool or something like that.
I liked your storytelling out the end there, but would it have been applicable to say, instead of going up and hitting someone, where I ran over there and did hit the controls, would that be a strategy going in to damage someone?
It kind of needs to be, right? Otherwise, how else are you gonna how will strategy benefit an active role? Right. So I think that's a good thing that we just need to keep our mind towards is this a way that you're using strategy to aid the thing that you're actively doing rather than having to. Yeah.
It's purely a, picking things that felt right for the character, but not knowing how the system would end up.
Yeah. Well, if either strategy or leadership, if you'd like to swap that out for another talent, I'm okay with that. But I think we can also just try to keep our eyes towards trying to engage those talents and use them a little bit more.
Cool. All right, cool. That was my wish.
That's a good one. Who's next?
I wonder if I ever get to use my special thing.
Yeah, I should have just said you could do it.
It's fine. I mean, it makes sense that it didn't work out. But I mean, that is kind of a mini thorn that is not with you, but with the system itself, because I feel that is a really, really weird.
It is a very low magic system, and then you have a thing that can copy a magic.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
It very.
A special that works better when you are one in a party where there are 2 people who can cast spells, right?
There's only one of these playbook thingies that can actually use magic. So I feel that it's more of a problem with the design than with the running of this game.
Yeah,
that's okay. I mean, I chose this. I had the feeling that this would not be a thing that would see light of day very often, but I still wish I could eventually be a fish or something like
Well,
that.
I think that it would be fair to say that you know what Wolf was trying to do and can maybe still figure it out.
Actually, I think maybe I made the wrong call here. If we look at exactly how it is written, if another player has cast any spells this game, you can cast the same spell once
Yeah.
using your brainy score. It doesn't say you're successful.
It doesn't say that it needs to
So
be.
I think I made a
That's
bad
possible,
call
yeah.
there, and I want to definitely open it up.
But
How
still,
about
even if it's fixed, it's still a very
Yeah.
restricted.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not sure if there's anything other than the tabletopper that has any magic. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have
okay.
an idea.
Ooh,
Uh,
yes. I like when Jen has ideas.
So, how does this special feel if you're just watching anybody cast any
that was
spell?
exactly what I was thinking. Yeah.
Like,
That's
Throwing
a
back
good-
the
Take out the
villain's
any
magic
player.
at them.
Yeah,
Something.
that
Yep.
makes it much better.
That's
That's
make
true.
that
really
another
cool.
character, and
Mm.
then
How does that
Yeah.
feel?
That would be a lot more interesting, I think.
Then
Like a
I'm changing it right
replicate.
now.
Yeah,
Cool.
especially since because you only get to do it once, right? Is
Exactly.
that what the thing says?
Yeah, it says. That's what it says.
So that's cool. So you see a villain do a spell, you could do
Mhm.
that spell back. That's a pretty cool one, but it
Mhm.
doesn't become super powerful like you're
Yeah.
flinging out their firebolts all the time.
Unless they're flinging
That's a
fireballs
real
at
good
me.
Well,
suggestion.
technically,
Thank
you can do it twice because there's two.
Yep.
Oh, to pick, it's a box set. There we go.
No, there's but the special text says the same spell once using your brainy score. So
Right.
I think it's
Oh.
just because there are two tick boxes because the other
Someone,
specials are.
maybe someone else could cast a spell, and you can cast another
Right.
spell. You can't cast the same one
Mhm.
twice.
right.
Oh,
Or
okay.
if you
Yeah,
watch a
fair
villain
enough.
cast fireball, you can copy that fireball once, and then if the villain casts Bigby's squishing hand,
Mhm.
then you can cast that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's cool.
And it
Kind
still
of deal.
open up mine when you see it.
Let's try it that way.
Yeah.
And note to self, more magic for us to test this out. Thank you, Sabine. And thank you, Jen, and thank you, Tyler and Alex and Jan for helping us come up with a potential way to fix it. Keep making minimum range better, friends. Who'd like to go? So we've got Alex, Tyler, and Sabine have all gone with wishes.
I wish for some mall scenes.
I agree. Will happen. Jan, did you have any more, Jen? Cool. Jan?
I mean, I'm going to come back to this as well with the stars, but I wish we had not been split apart in a group of 4 and 1 at the start. But I'll get back to that in the stars again as well. So, but I just wanted to put that out there. Like there was quite a bit where we were all separated and doing very different things. I wish the dice would hate us less, because honestly, like it started to get less bad towards the end, where we would generally get a single 6, but we've had so many ones this session again, and like I'm still going towards the system, going like it's not.
Can roll a single 6.
I mean, I counted, and we rolled 11 ones. It's a bit stupid. Like, especially if you go like we rolled like maybe 5 6s, if that, no, less. So it's that was getting to me at some point. Like really, like. And I wish I personally felt a bit that Rolf and Chad's at the start were just sort of standing by the sidelines but couldn't do much. And
I agree.
I mean, it was also, of course, we were specifically choosing to stand by the sidelines, but I was hoping to do something from the sidelines.
I did, like, for a little bit have like a, idea of like, oh, Rolf, how's your stomach?
Mhm.
Is it still acting up? Do you need to? And then it's like, okay. Not a big thing. But...
That's good feedback. Thank you. Jan, I do this in snake order, so you get to lead us off with stars, highlight fellow players' moments, anything along those lines.
So I'll lead off with the star that I was already hinting towards. Having said that Brooke was split off from the party, I loved the flirting and stuff between Brooke and Muffy, yes. That was awesome. I really loved it. And I really loved the feel of the creepy Carney crew. They're like, we were clearly in over our heads, and that was like sufficiently scary. And it was also in a scary what do you call that again? A scare house? Haunted house, yes. And yeah, no, I just also still love all the characters. Wolf trying to magic was great. Chad is a great Chad, and and Echo, I adore Echo. And Brooks, yeah, just again the romance was, well, yeah, the flirting. So that's
Cool. Thank you, Jan. Jen, you're up. What stars did you want to hand out?
Oh, well, I too enjoyed the Muffy Brooke romance moments. I also love that you laid it on thick for the wealth of the household. That was definitely good. And I got some good moments of character out of, everybody. Echo with her snappy, defensive, this is a lawsuit waiting to happen, snark, and the lads with their puffing up to Frankenstein and running away. Poor Wolf face planting really hard. And Chad's uncertain confusion about things was quite good. I also kind of like the sort of place and tone of where the conflict was this session. I liked the stakes. I liked that the Carnies were not, slavering murderers, but were still gross. They still needed to get taken down a peg. But we aren't seeing evidence of, death threat. So that was nice. It did feel a little awkward to be separated from the whole party, but like otherwise, how do those scenes happen? But I felt like we sort of broke back into it really nice and smooth. So I felt very good about this session.
Good. Thank you. Sabine, what about you?
Yeah, I also like the scene of Brooke and Muffy. That was nice. That was very well played by both of you with the whole careful. What are we doing now? Is this okay still? And are we going there? That was really nice. And I also like the whole haunted house scene with everybody there, and with Rolf being so scared by this monster voice. And that was an absolute star for this tool that was very well used in this session, because we all knew you could do this, but I did not expect it, and I don't think anybody did. So that was really cool. And yeah, and then stars to all the plans we made and the whole thing, and no stars to the dice roller. No, I'm sorry, dice roller. Today, no stars for you, because I would have loved to see Wolf become a monkey.
Yeah. I felt so like I didn't want to do the it'll stick that way again. I was just like, no, I think you guys are just going to have to find a new way. But it hurt making that call. And yeah, there were parts of me were like, that was the wrong call, GM.
No, it wasn't the wrong. It was the right call, because that's what the dice said. That's fair. It was fair. It's the dice that I'm starring. It's not you. You made the right call there.
I stuck in a roll that I called end of game, so that when we come back into this die roller, we can see what's fresh from this point in our 8th session, and we'll see how many ones happen.
You rolled
2 10s.
10s, yes.
I rolled 2 10s on 2d10. Die roller's like, deuces. Thank you, Sabine. Tyler, what about you?
Let's see. Stars. First off, I'm going to agree. That haunted house was great. That was a creepy haunted house I wouldn't mind going to. There was some really cool things in it. Thought it was neat. And the scene itself was cool. It had a little bit of the Scooby feel to it. I like seeing Rolf be aggressive, and then being smart and playing the scared of, okay, this is when I need to go away. This is more than no, I'm going. That was really good, because that was so in character. That was well done, and it was logical, rather than murder hoboing and hitting it in the head with a skateboard or something. Doing something illogical, which a lot of people would have. You played really solid to character. That's nice. I like the Brooke and Buffy scene too. I thought it was pretty and sweet, and it had that teen romance feel. Will they, won't they kind of thing. I think it's going to be interesting to see what Muffy means to our crew. Probably that interests me more than like personally seeing the relationship of the two of them. It's how it'll affect everybody else that's going to be the really big spot moment for me. But watching you play it, Jen, was really nice. It was very tasteful, subtle all the way through. Well done. Rich, you did a phenomenal job in that as well. Just really first rate. I love Echo being so irascible. You play that punk feel so well. Even when we know you're going, oh, I'm scared, just still bucking up to it and still saying, fuck you, sort of thing. It's just so punk rock. It's very good. It's very neat. But probably my favorite thing, and this is sliding a little to a wish, is I loved Chad and I and everybody in that when we got back to the mall after running. I love seeing us show why we're friends. And that felt really sweet. The fact that Chad was taking care of Wolf was really, really sweet. And it shows what brings us together, even though we're pretty different people and clearly like to argue before we can get into any sort of decision making. So it's so cool to see what makes the bond that holds us together. And that was just a really nice scene. Just really pretty.
Thank you, Tyler. Just as a reminder, go ahead, clear out all of your specials and your stress and your conditions. We're going to jump some time because our next session will be called Black Friday. Alex,
Yeah.
you're up. Did you have any stars?
I mean, dittoing nearly everything. Well, everything everyone else has said, because you've all taken all the good stuff. To bring one new thing to all of the stuff, I really, really like this last little moment with what was she called? The kind of the villain,
Titania.
Anya.
Titania. Yeah, her. Just I loved how her just that flowery kind of dramaticness of her, and then just that last little stinger. Oh shit! Just like it was. It kind of made it feel like, that's kind of a persona she puts on rather than just who she is naturally. Like,
Yeah, I love the oh shit as a closer.
yeah,
Yeah, if I was gonna do like an after credits joke, I'd
Yeah.
have her like looking at it, dihydrogen monoxide. Shit, that sounds really scary.
I'm glad you guys liked that. I really did too. Alex, did you have anything else? I felt like
no,
I was-
I mean it was just like the Brooke Muffy scene, yeah, all the stuff, the same stuff that everyone else has said.
Yeah, I did. Jen and I talked after last session, and I checked in to say like, "Hey, is this a thing that you're interested in exploring?" And we see where it goes. And Jen was cool with it, so I appreciate that, being open to it, because Minimum Rage is this a game about that. I found that like the tone is like a little Beverly Hills 90210, a little Goosebumps, like kind of teeter between those two a little bit. Like there's some like class struggle stuff. There's some like spooky, scary that aren't the slavering monsters, as Jen said. And I'm really enjoying that tone that I've kind of found is more interesting than just, oh, these are the bloody monsters that you kill. But definitely you should not let them get their hands on you, because that would suck. So it's good. Appreciate some of the rules chat that we had to try to continue to evolve this system into our tastes. We may have it perfected before we decide to stop. So next week will be Black Friday. We're jumping forward some time. Black Friday means that like you guys are back. Some of you are in school. Like it kind of breaks the premise. Are you okay with that? Because I just kind of said Black Friday because that amuses me, that I'm all in Black Friday, and that's hellacious. That's just the worst.
Chad's gonna be in work.
Yeah, I think Chad's gonna be working.
That's interesting because if we're at school, then our work lives are actually way different.
Let's think about it. We'll talk about it over chat. Maybe Black Friday isn't the way to go. Maybe I like impulsively said a thing that could break our premise and make it less fun. So yeah.
Out of curiosity, who graduated this year? Wolf has not. Wolf will be a senior this coming school year. We know
Yes,
Chad did.
has, if he's
Yeah.
I didn't imagine that Echo was still a school in
I
high
thought,
school.
yeah, I thought Echo and Brooke were both still in high school in the fall. So Chad would have graduated. What about Rolf?
I think Rolf probably also just graduated.
Okay. All right. So let's have a brief bit of chatter. We don't have to
Yeah.
go round for a round. I can easily change. Like Black Friday could be another thing. It could be a totally other thing. No problem at all. Cool. I am going to bring the stream to a close. Thank you all so much for playing. Anybody watching, we appreciate you checking it out. And we'll see you guys next week.